Yeah, let's meet in the city.
We here.
Welcome to 40Central Podcast, episode 167. We are here with the CEO of Fuck. You knew I was gonna fuck up. Nah, I'm fucking with you. I gotta get it. Nah, Convergence Media Group.
100.
CMG, man, and the song was by I know Flik, man. I like that song, man.
100. I appreciate that.
I like that song. I played like 4 times since we've been here.
For real though.
How you doing, man?
Yo, we out here, man. You know.
Please introduce yourself.
Hey, my name is Mike DeWosier. Most of my people call me Status. For me, and we from Miami and shit. But I kind of like came up here to New York for college, and that's when I really became like a man out here. You know what I'm saying? So New York has always been a real special place for me. You know what I'm saying? So every time I come here, I try to get into it.
Yeah. Before we even start, I'm gonna just let y'all know how I met this dude. It was by accident.
Real shit.
We was at the bar,
chilling.
We was drinking. He was about to leave. I'm like, nah, don't leave.
Yo, you already know.
And then
when we do it for real.
We was chilling, man, and I honestly really didn't think he was gonna come on. I even told him, I was like,
nah.
You know how many times people be like, yo, I'm coming.
Yo,
and
one of the main things that our mantra really is follow through. You know what I mean? So when we say some shit, that's what it is. It ain't with that bullshit. So that's what it is.
Yeah. Now, a great night is gonna turn into a great night again right now with an interview with. Not only he will be here, but 3 of the from Flik is coming up here a little bit later. They will be virtual, so then they are in Miami, correct?
Yeah, we got them in Orlando right now because they got a show they're gonna be performing. Cause we got the single coming out, "Me in the City," and we just shot the video, so that's coming out in a couple of weeks. So they out there promoting that, and we got a couple of shows lined up for that.
Nice.
Classic weekend. We're gonna be down there, so just check out Flik, Real Flik, REELFLIK.
That's on Instagram, right?
Yeah, Instagram, and you'll be able to get all the information from there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then we also got Convergence Media Group, CMG. You look that up, you'll get all the information there as well. We got convergencemediagroup.com. So everything's coming.
That's crazy, man. So before we get with everybody else, I want to know you a little bit more. You said that you went to college up here, right?
Yeah, I went to Marymount Manhattan College on the Upper East Side. So, went to school for communication. But, life happens and shit. Went back down to Miami, handled a few things, came back up actually to finish my degree. And then I got caught up in 9/11. So I'm actually a survivor of 9/11.
What?
You know what I mean? So
what do you mean you got caught up in 9/11?
I was there. I was down there running for my life. Towers, the whole thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So when I tell you New York is in my blood, bro, like for real, you know what I mean? So I had an opportunity to continue, make it through that. And, I got left finance and went into emergency management. So I'm actually a senior official with that. Know that. So, but, we got love for the culture. My native is, my parents are from Haiti, feel me? And the artists there half Haitian, half Dominican, and just mixed up like that. So, that's the main thing. Just giving love back to the culture, getting into the music, the real shit, and telling the stories. Biggie's my nigga, so we fuck with that all day. So, so after I got into emergency management, I just kind of had the opportunity to get back into my craft. I'm actually a writer. I have a book coming out pretty soon. You know what I mean? Doing spoken word and shit like that. And so that's going to be coming out next year. And then we have another podcast down in Miami we got coming out called The Mango Tree. So we're going to be checking for that soon. We'll, just check the social media, man. We got everything going to be popping on there and shit.
So CEO.
100.
Writer.
All day.
Everything in finance.
Yeah.
A survivor.
All that.
And you a chef, right?
I'm a shit. Oh, you remember that shit? Huh?
Wait, you just gonna forget that?
I got the credits, man. Trust me, it's gonna come, man. We're gonna be doing that shit on the podcast. When you say chef, though, it's like my mom's was like a cordon bleu chef, like Haitian though, like straight up, island, like real shit, real food. But I kind of expanded it You know, I actually went to New Orleans and learned a lot from being out there and how our culture intermingles with that and you know, with the food and everything else. So I kind of increased my reach and my palate. So it's a problem. We had a restaurant in Orlando for like 10 years. And then I kind of pulled away from that, got back into you know, after Hurricane Katrina and all that, and the hurricanes that hit in Florida in '04, I got into emergency management. And that kind of led me to have the resources to be able to do the shit I'm doing now. So, yeah.
So we was having like a little pre-production, man. You was talking a little bit. You didn't think I was gonna give you all my gems. You didn't.
Hey, I'm here for it, man. Hey, you already know we bought that.
Oh, okay. Now, so real quick,
So
I do want to ask you a question.
tell me a little bit about like what y'all got coming and you know some things about the podcast though, so our people could you know tap into it too. You know what I mean?
Okay, cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Me and JT, which is my other partner, he's on his way. He'll be here shortly.
right.
You know, I told you about that incident, whatever.
Yeah.
Me and him started this during COVID,
Oh.
where there was nothing for us to do. And I've always wanted to be like on a podcast and do stuff like that. And he took my drive and we just continued it, right?
For real.
So then after all that, we did get this place. And actually, he was a guest on the show.
Oh, for real.
he was a
Real shit.
Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna lie to you, he was the first guest here. Because you did the wall.
Yeah, me and Scheme.
Yeah, him and Scheme was the first people to come and write on our wall. And then ever since we can't get rid of him.
Hey.
What?
Like, hold on, wait, what?
Now he's here on the podcast. He's like everybody loves
like
him.
Like a
out
staple,
there.
basically.
Yeah, 100%. So
gotcha.
But for us after this, well, we are producing 2 shows.
Nice.
One starting tomorrow, the next one starting December 9th. And then we are trying to get our name a little bit more out there.
Oh, nah, ain't no trying, bro. You doing that shit.
We're gonna do.
All we're gonna do is make it happen. That's it.
Yeah.
So we here with it, and you know the plan for me, for real. You know, just being out here, me just wilding out with you the other day, and you know, spending time with my real close, you know, people that's real close to me out here. We're gonna be looking at doing some things out here in the Bronx. We got some contacts, some arteries. You know, we got my man Max out in the Bronx. He does a show called Maximize. So I'm planning on meeting him down in South Florida. He got some shit going on down there. So we're gonna be looking at getting back out here and doing some stuff in the Bronx and other places in the city. So yeah.
Yeah, well, we usually say this at the end. But you know, whatever y'all guys need, we are gonna be here for you guys also.
100.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I already feel the vibe.
Yeah. We ain't even full cast yet. I'm telling you,
man.
Before we even get into like everything that you doing, I do want to get that story of 9/11. Veterans Day just passed. You know, there's a lot of things that happen in this country and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, how was that for you?
It was. Well, one thing I'll say, man, when you see shit on the news, man, the shit is like different. You know what I'm saying? It's like 360, you know? And so when I got caught up in that shit, it was like, you know, I just came back up here, like I said, to finish out school and shit. And, you know, we were in the buildings. And as soon as that shit hit, I was on my way out. And
you was in the building?
Yeah. And the firefighters was coming down up. I was making my way out, you know. There's things, you know, I don't know how deep you want to get into it, but, you know, there was things happening. People was, you know, there was blood, you know, casualties everywhere. And I was running kind of like to get to see where my people was at. And then by the time I got to the corner, it's like all that building collapsed. So all the shit started coming, just running for your life and shit. Then actually,
wow.
if you, when the shit really hit and you couldn't see anything, like, it got to the point where people thought like we was about to get bombed because we couldn't see nothing. Started hearing the jets flying overhead. People started like spazzing out. And then people started like basically waves of information coming in kind of like back in the day, you know?
Mm-hmm.
People communicating that way and say, nah, those are our jets. So people started to calm down and they started like holding each other's shoulders and shit to kind of like get away from where we were. And we started seeing silhouettes and shit till we finally got out of that shit. But real shit, first place I went to get some water, they were selling me bottles of water for $10, bro. And I had a fresh ass Hugo Boss suit on, shit covered in that shit. And I just kind of like ran, got out of there. By the time I turned around,
$10 for water?
Yeah,
That's
I saw
crazy.
the second building collapse in front of me. So it was surreal.
You know, the crazy thing is, I've heard so many stories about like my aunt was supposed to go that same day, but
yeah, it's a lot of
something
stories
told
like
her
that.
not to go. Like she woke up late and never wakes up late. I have a couple of other people that were supposed to go that day, and just something told them not to go.
Yeah, it's a lot of stories like that. And the person that was over the pass train actually coming in from Jersey, he saved a lot of people's lives too, because they were supposed to be coming in through. And then once they realized what was going on, they saved like thousands of people's lives.
Shout out to him.
I remember that shit.
Shout out to him. By the way, he's also a veteran. He was in the military.
Yo, appreciate
Marine
that.
Corps.
Appreciate the service, man. All my family's in that, so for real. Definitely appreciate that.
So I needed to get
I ain't
that
gonna lie,
story.
after that shit, I think we all want to jump into that.
the military?
I almost went in there, bro. I was ready.
You was gonna just
I was just gonna go, and it didn't matter. I was ready to go make it happen. But life happened. I had the kids and shit at the time, my little kids at the time. They're older now, but yeah. I appreciate your service, though.
I always said if something happens or the robots come, I'm going wherever he go.
Hey.
If the robots come, I'm just bringing water.
Hey. Well, now you got me too, so
Yeah, I'm straight there. We good. We good.
We tied up with Homeland, so we know what to do.
But if the robots come, why can't we just spray water on them? Like
we gotta talk about that offline, man. You know what
I mean? So, what's your? I guess let's start from the beginning. Then, what's your first love of all this you're doing? Is it music? Is it writing?
I mean, that's a good question, man. My first love for real is writing. You know what I mean? Back in the day, niggas used to do ciphers and shit, really. And I was more like, I'm like a hybrid. Like, I'm like, I'm not a street nigga, so I ain't gonna act like I am. But, I grew up around that shit, and so we used to do ciphers and shit. But then I actually started to learn how to get into that chef shit by the time I was 15. I was doing full catering, all that shit. Like, that's how we was able to walk around with the hot shit, everything we needed. So I ain't really had to be in the streets like that, because everything I needed, I had. So that's what happened with that. But from there, really matriculated into, New York life, and, became a man out here. And I got into like communication, arts, film production, all that shit. So, kind of got away from that. So that's really my first passion, is writing and getting into the, we're gonna be looking at doing, like shows and music, movies and shit like that. So that's the main thing. But the music, the young generation came to me and was like, yo, Unc, you know what I mean? We try to do this shit for real. I said, nigga, don't fuck with me, man. Yeah, and then they came and they did a, freestyle, and I believe in supporting your family and making shit pop. So that's how the music came.
Okay.
And it took, don't let nobody fool you, man. That development piece is real. So what we doing right now, where we industry ready, it took at least 3-4 years for us to make sure they were ready to put something out. You gotta put the shit out the right way.
Well, about like putting stuff out. Like how would you feel about like something like that, like development or some shit like that?
I mean, I feel like every artist needs development
in some type of way.
I mean, regardless of who you are, like,
yeah,
you always gonna need development. You could be at the top of the game and still need development, because you still need to learn how to like adapt.
For sure. So. And now, because when we first got in, it was like they'll get in the studio that we might, we might do a song or whatever and get excited about that. Now we could just basically go in and, tap in and get like multiple tracks out, in one sitting. So we got a whole bunch of shit that's coming after this.
So the beginning of Flik, how did that come out?
It's crazy because the whole name Flik, we actually had a song that called Flik. It's like, the concept, if you take your Bic, your lighter, you like flick that shit. It's a starter, fire starter, get shit started. You know what I mean? So that's the whole concept. And then really get into it when you talk about Flik. If you hear the word Flik, you think about like a movie, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like multifaceted in that sense, basically putting, all the artistry. Really, convergence is based around artistry, talent, and culture. That's actually our kind of slogan is like have people feel like they free, regardless of what walk of life you come from. You can come to CMG and feel welcome and shit. So we start that shit off with family, but once as we work through it, that's what we're gonna be looking at.
Okay. Are you media trained?
Communications major, man.
No, he's like,
I can say it again if you want.
I was like, oh snap.
Real shit.
I don't know. Did you know them growing up? These three young individuals.
A couple of them, basically, it's all family. They
they're
actually all three of them got the same last name. They got my last name. It's Desrosiers, DESROS.
What is that? What is that? That's French?
It's French. Yeah, it means of the roses. You hear niggas talk about like a rose coming from the pavement. That like through the veins, bro. That when you hear shit like that, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't even know how to say that again.
Yo, Desrosiers. That's what it is. Desrosiers. Yeah, it's real. So one is D Rose. We got D Rose. We got D Rose, right? And then we got Mighty. So Mighty, she's the one that with the melodic, hard hitting, flow. And then you got D Rose with he got the he could actually like sing and rap at the same time. And D Rose is like more like just coming with the flow. So they have a good little synergy.
And they mesh together very well.
They mesh together. They got the look. They got the sound. So makes sense. You feel me?
So take it back to the first time you seen them, the first song y'all made.
Yo, crazy thing about it, first song that we made is called Out of This World. But they don't even want to hear that shit. You know what I mean? It's like the last time we went back, it was like, listen to that shit, it was like, nah. Cause they, like I said, with the development, they've kind of like Out of This World, really, they just kind of like blew past that. So we're actually looking at maybe repurposing that and bringing it back and maybe putting it out at some point.
Oh, as an artist, right? Like you have like stuff like that, like in the past.
Nigga, when I hit my shit from like high school, bro, I be like cringing so hard. Like, yo, what the fuck was I doing? And watch this. I leave it on the internet because it's like, it's a little piece of history. Yeah. But it's like, bro, what the fuck is that shit, bro? Nah, yeah. I definitely be feeling the same way when I hear old shit.
And we're gonna be looking at getting into DR, Dominican Republic, getting to Puerto Rico, Haiti, even Jamaica. We grew up with a lot of Jamaicans, like in Miami and in Orlando and shit. So we really want to tap into, the American culture, but also get into, our roots and shit like that too. So we seen, a few artists is doing that. But we definitely want to come in and do something a little different, give people something they could, tap into beyond what they used to hearing,
Are all of them bilingual?
Yeah, for the most part, you know what I mean? Most, primary language is English. I speak Creole and English, I speak a little French, a little bit. But mostly, like, my first language was French. But, being in the States, you kind of lose that a little bit. But primary language is like Creole and English and shit. But they speak Spanish and Creole, a little blend of that. And then you'll hear some of that shit, kind of like come in, Zoe shit, no whole shit, CMG about that. So that's where that comes from.
Shout out to Andre Washington, man. Mean in the City.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Yo, I'm gonna tell you something, man. As a CEO should be, oh my God. So we did a track. You can actually go and search this on the platforms now. It's called Demon. And we shot the video for that shit. Everything is ready. We actually put that shit on the shelf because they, as artists, you constantly making music. So Meet in the City came out, and then D Rose just came down from Boston, and he wasn't on the track. So it just makes sense for sounded like it was missing something. So we added him on there and just kind of like, he was originally supposed to be in the group, so we put him in, and then that shit changed everything. So once we got that track, we realized that after, investing into that initial track, we had to make a decision to switch gears and fully go in a different direction. And sometimes, like a chef know, if you make something and it's good, but you got something that's hot, you gotta put what's hot. So we decided to just kind of switch gears and go in that direction. So
did you know at that time, like, it was like this was it?
I knew. As soon as I heard it, I knew. And we have our ops manager. His name is Rico, down in Miami, and he's kind of like in the industry. Dave, he's in Dade County, Dade Fire Films. If you look that up, he's the one that kind of like the operational brain. I got my brother Don Bailey's. He's the one that's kind of like managing them. So it all came together. And again, the name of the company, Convergence, it's kind of like all coming together in one positive upward motion. So CMG. And the real story of CMG really revolves around 3D, you know what I mean? Which is the three brothers, like, there was coming, my brother was born in Boston, the older one, but then my other brother was born in Miami, me, him, and we grew up in Miami. So, but then we went to Haiti for like 4 years, like right around the time Baby Doc, like Dictator was just a few years before he left. So it was we we felt that and came back to Miami and kind of like grew up in Miami in the 90s, like when shit was real,
You know what that is? No. I think they gave the wrong link out. Messed up my thought process real quick.
Somebody was creeping.
Yeah, all I saw was eyes. That was bugging. Like, as an artist like that, right? Like, do you ever hear the one and be like, "This is it," or like, are you like more critical of like?
Like, yes and no, like, cause I don't know. I know what I like. You feel me? So I know what sounds good to me. And so when I hear some shit, I'm like, yeah, this is the one, like, for myself type shit. But and that might not be the one for everybody else. Like, you feel me? Like, cause like I've said before, like, I've made a song where I thought it was the one and it was, and like nobody else really listened to it like that. And then I made a song where I wasn't really fucking with too much. And everybody loved that shit. Like, you feel me?
Yeah.
So it was just like, I don't know. You never know. Like, I know what I like, so I can make a bunch of hits for myself any day. You feel me? But that's not what everybody else wants to hear.
What is the well, the song is out.
Yeah, well, it's out on all platforms right now. We're in the process of going through the whole marketing scheme right now and pushing that out. So, like I said, the video should be out in a couple weeks, and then we're looking at doing some shows leading into from Orlando. Actually, we're leading from Orlando, and then making our way back down to Miami, and then up here to New York, and go from there. So, yeah, me in the city, just the whole vibe, the energy. When it's actually, if you look at the graphics, it's actually based off of Grand Theft Auto. Actually,
I kind of noticed that.
I'm gonna let them speak to the concept of the video and everything else, but it's pretty much, when you stepping out, you got some friends and you got some ladies that you want to vibe with, and they trying to get to the bag. So everybody trying to go out, chill, vibe, but they're trying to get to it.
How has the the interaction been for it so far?
So far, like I said, this is like really right now just getting into it, and we've gotten some good like feedback and responses to it, yeah, it's going well so far.
Excuse me. What the hell? All right, so what is Me in the City gonna be on the project, or is it just like a single now? Like, is it a Flik project?
Yeah. Right now it's a single right now, but we are working on the album, the first album. So they're working through that right now. So the main thing right now is putting awareness in this particular project as a standalone, and we have like an assortment of different things that's coming on the back end of that. So,
okay, and then yeah, actually text on the first one and tell them get ready.
right.
Why? Like you asked me a question, like why are you doing this? Like why are you doing this?
Well, the most important thing for me, I think, is to really give back to your namesake. You know what I mean? You have people that's around you that may be doing a whole bunch of other different things, and you have the ability to provide guidance and streamline that and build up your namesake. That's for niggas out there to understand that family is everything for us. Family over everything. You know that. So that was really what I did as far as the musical side. Now, in terms of everything else, it's like me getting back to the true essence of what is in my passion. You know what I mean? The artistry, the writing, and I've actually been cooking so much. It looks like I'm gonna be moving in that direction too. So, chef status coming your way in a minute.
Where you cooking at though? Like you cooking at
Everywhere.
like, restaurants?
Yeah. Well, right now I got family. I have family in Bayonne. Long Island, Bronx.
But you just cooking for people.
Well, yeah, like personal chef.
I thought, like a personal chef. Okay.
Not just cooking.
You catering?
Yeah, it's just like real, like personalized, like meals. Like, yeah.
That's cool. What's who's like the biggest person I think I would guess you ever cooked for then?
Well, I had a contract where we were doing catering for the Orlando airport for an extended period of time. So
The whole airport?
Yeah, not the whole airport. It was specific
one terminal
companies like that was there, and then we did Marriott, Renaissance hotels and shit like that. Where they would outsource certain things. So that's the main ones that I've done. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's crazy.
You thought he was gonna say like Shaquille O'Neal?
Yeah, I thought he was gonna say something like
Oh nah, no.
I thought you were gonna be like
yeah. No big names.
Charles Barkley.
Nah. But it was, basically when I had the restaurant, I had it for like 9 years, and I had like a contract with the airport, and we were servicing them for a good while, and I just things got crazy like that. That's a little while back when Bush was in office, and there was a lot of things going on, and I was approached with an offer that I couldn't refuse, so I had to pull away from it. But yeah,
I mean that's never a bad thing.
Nah,
you know what I mean. I do want to get back into the music though.
All right.
Whenever they ready, tell him whenever he's ready. Oh, there he goes. Right now. Yeah, you want D Rose first, right?
D Rose.
D Rose. I will. I don't see him. There he goes. How about you introduce him?
All right, real quick. This is my man D Rose. He's gonna pretty much get into it and give you some insight into who he is, and his style of music and what inspires him. You feel me? This guy right here is a real one. He's all about hard work, putting the effort in, and really serving as a leader and making sure that all aspects of what we're doing with the music is moving in the right direction. So that's the main thing right there. So we'll let him speak to that.
What's up, man? Can you hear us? Can you hear us? We can't hear him. I don't know if he can hear us though.
All right, hold on, man.
Sorry, guys. Give us 1 second. Give us 1 second. Make sure that we can get him on here. Can he hear us?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, make sure that you put your mic on.
Like he's not muted.
Yeah, you might be muted or something because we can't hear you.
Are you muted?
All right. Well, until he fixes that,
Yeah. But yeah, that's the main thing. He's kind of like the general. He makes sure everything move in the right direction. Kind of like really him and Mighty. They're like kind of like brother and sister. You know what I mean? And so they pair off each other. And then D Rose, it's like they're like cousins. So they come in together and they really just been working real heavy on the craft. D Rose was actually already making moves in Massachusetts at the time. So when he came down, he kind of like fed into that. So that kind of like brought them all together and made it work.
So he's originally from Boston.
He's from Miami. Then
he moved to Boston.
No, D Rose.
Yeah,
that's D Rose.
Oh,
yeah. And then so we have the D Rose with the dreads.
Oh,
he's the one that is from Boston. So yeah, let me see if we can get them back.
So he's from Boston or whatever like that, came down to Miami. How did those, because Boston sound and Miami sound are two different.
Oh yeah, for sure.
How did you get them to click so easily then?
Like I said, it's just family for real. You know what I mean? And as far as like the sound, he back on.
Yeah.
We good money now.
Oh,
there we go. There we go.
Chill.
You had us on
mute? All right, yeah. Because I was like, yo, I can't speak.
Yeah.
we trying to tell you without you, man.
Damn.
For real.
Damn. We back in it.
So what's up, man? Tell us about yourself.
You said what?
Tell us about yourself.
Well, my name is Brian, but I go by D Rose. I'm a rapper, a part of the great group, up and coming greatness, Real Flik. Flik for short, Real Flik for the whole name. Our name is called Flik because everything we do, we capture a moment, and then Real because it's a movie. You feel me? So Real Flik, that's our group. My name is D Rose. What up, though? 40
Yeah.
Bronx in the building.
We here.
Miami in the building. Wait.
For real.
Big 305, baby.
You a Heat fan?
Heat fan.
What?
All day.
All day, every day, baby. Dolphins, too. You see we coming up.
The Dolphins are doing their thing right now.
Yo, straight up.
Yes,
they are doing their thing right now. So let's get to you real quick, man. When did you find your first love of music?
Well, I don't know. I feel like we found each other type shit because it's always been a love for music ever since a youngin'. Like, since a jit, I've always been music. Like, me and my sister and my family, like, we used to have rock band as jits. And, like, we was already stars before we even knew it. You feel me? Like, killing shit in the living room, like, just killing shit. You feel me? But I started rapping for real, like 3-4 years ago, like really getting into it, taking it serious,
3-4 years ago, right? Is that like a short time for like somebody to like really be like really into it, or is it?
I feel like it might be a little short time.
Think so?
I don't know.
You're not from Boston.
No, I don't know. I feel like it might be a little short time because I know people that have been rapping for a long time. You feel me? But
and you're better than them.
I don't want to say all that. But,
say what you gotta say.
It is what it is. You feel me? It is what it is.
Can't let me.
Hey.
I'm gonna stand on mine for sure. I know what I'm about.
Man. So, Me in the City. Is this like your first song that is coming out, or you have other songs before that?
We actually have one single that is out before that, which is called Demon. You feel me? But this is gonna be like the big premiere type shit. Me in the City's the one that's gonna take us all the way, all the promotion, all that extra, business. Like, this is the one that we're pushing forward. We're actually releasing the music video before Demon. Like, we've been doing a lot. We shot the song Demon that came out already before Me in the City. we already have the video done. We already have the promotions done. We have everything ready for that. But, you know, change of pace, we switched it up and we're releasing Me in the City as our real first premiere project type shit. You feel me? But that just, as soon as we drop that, we already got our shit rolling. We already ready for the next one. You feel me? So we in it. But yeah, this is gonna be our first premiere. But yeah, we do have a single already out called Demon.
Okay, that's so he's the one that's related to the girl, right? Or,
They are related, but that's brother and sister right
oh,
there.
brother and sister. So
Yeah.
y'all was rapping forever, right? Who's better?
For sure, me. Come on now.
I just thought that.
I put her on to it. You feel me? I'm really, I feel like my cousin though, who's a part of the group, he's been rapping longer than both of us. But you know, I don't want to say it, but like I put her on to rapping. I made her want to do music type shit.
So that was like a little joke, right? But at the end of the day, right, when you go in the booth with them, do y'all like compete or like I gotta do like I heard you, like I gotta go back in there. Like, has they ever just said something and say, "Mate, I'm gonna go back and I gotta flex this real quick"?
That definitely happens 24/7. I think every time we go into the studio, that happens. It's great actually. It's like amazing, friendly competition. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, we are competing against the whole world. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
We might as well compete against each other, so we ready for the real battle. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely compete with each other. It just makes us better. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a competitive ass motherfucker, so I'm always winning, taking W's all day. For real, for real.
Listen, remember you said that because when they come up here, I'm gonna tell them that.
Hey, I ain't shying away.
Yeah, real
Let
shit.
them say what they gonna say.
So y'all going on like a little promo tour for the song, right? You said the first one's gonna be in Orlando.
Orlando, they doing 2 shows in Orlando.
Yes,
Actually,
sir.
on my birthday, November 18th.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, and then
Yeah,
the night that
You
classic
got a
week.
nice little gift. You got a nice little gift.
Oh, for real? 100, you know that.
Sure.
So let's talk about more about the music, right?
Yeah.
Growing up, you used to play rock band. Used to be, you know, like, was you like writing or like doing anything else besides like rap or like
You know,
poetry or like or
yeah,
what
like
got you into that? Because you said if y'all found each other, how did that happen?
I feel like, well, for one, like I've always just had a love for music, like I said, but yeah, like we found each other like as a youngin, obviously, like you know how everybody do, like you smoking with your boys and y'all just start rapping. Like me and my boys used to do that like all the time. You feel me? Like 24/7. You feel me? Just always freestyling, rapping, and I wasn't even like really rapping for real like that, like how I am now. You feel me? But like it was like shits and giggles, like we just spitting. You feel me? Then I heard the Who Run It beat, the Who Run It John by G Herbo, and I feel like after that I just wanted to rap because that was actually the first thing I actually ever put down in the studio. I did it on that beat, that Who Run It beat. Feel me? So after that, I just took that shit serious. My sister hopped on and she was like, let's get it. And I was like, let's get it. And we just taking off from there. Obviously staying consistent and staying with it really made that shit. You feel me? Like really brought us to where we are right now. But like I've always had a love for like rap and like real rap too. You feel me? Like real bars, real lyrics. You feel me? Like Meek Mill and G Herbo, I feel like they really, really like inspired me to become a rapper and really want to rap for real.
What album made you want to rap? What song was it? Was like, this is it. Besides the G Herbo shit, like this is the song that's like, yo, nah, it's over. I'm coming.
Damn, there's so many songs, bro. I'm gonna think of a Meek Mill one. I'm not gonna say Dreams and Nightmares because that's basic. But I'm gonna say a Meek Mill song. I feel like I don't even know for real.
Stumped you? Come on, man.
Probably Shine by Meek Mill. I think that was on Dream Chasers 3. The album Dream Chasers 3. You know that song, Shine?
Which one is that? Which one is that? You know that one? We got the World Wide Web on our hands right here. We can just
Yo, for real, pull it up.
I'm gonna have to put that on for you real quick.
Y'all gonna get me in my zone for real.
Nah, you might have to freestyle before you get out of here though.
Shit, what's up with it?
Nah, we're gonna talk a little bit more about you right now, man. Which one is that?
No, that's right.
Oh yeah. Nah.
Oh shit.
Good. So my partner just got here right now, man.
The mayor.
Yeah.
So working with this dude next to me, right? He's CEO. He's done a lot. I'm guessing,
Big
right?
boss.
How is that familyness and that him just being there for you guys, like work in your favor?
You know, it 150% works in my favor. Like, and I'll say that for the whole group. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm speaking for everybody. Like, it's so amazing how everything happened and how it just gels together because like that bond is unbreakable, obviously. You feel me? We're very family oriented. Like we put family above everything, you know what I'm saying? Like family's number one. You feel me? So anything that happens, it gets pushed to the side, brushed to the side. Nothing could stop us from being together and doing what we need to do. You feel me? And knowing family, you know how many fights you get with your siblings and all that shit. You feel me? Beef and all that. Like you are, and D Rose, the other rapper.
You couldn't even get it out. Who took my chips, man? Who took my chips, bro?
Man, me and that boy be beefing. You feel me?
He went out again.
Oh, you fell out.
Oh shit.
There you go.
You got a phone call? No, we can't hear him. Got a little technical difficulties on that side. He's gonna call right back.
He's coming back in.
He's gonna call right back.
That's good.
JT. Nah, it's not. So this is my partner, JT.
Yo, JT, you cool with this?
I mean, it's gonna take a little while to adjust. We here, man. We here.
Hey, let's do it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
It's weird over there?
Yeah.
It's weird on that side. He's never on that
he's
side.
on another island over there.
Yeah. So before he's gonna try to come back on just to catch you up. This is Mike, CEO of CMG. He got the group Flik. This right here is D Rose. Let me see if we can hear him.
Yo. Yeah, my fault. I got a call from my boy.
You saw me doing an interview, bro?
Yo, niggas be blowing up my phone, bro. I just let them know though, so we straight.
You from they a group from Miami?
Okay.
Yeah.
305.
Yeah, it's real out there.
For sure.
Yeah, I went out there and almost got to an incident, and I felt real uncomfortable because I know what type of state it was.
Hey. When was that?
When No, was it? Oh no, that
No,
was
I'm in
Orlando.
Orlando.
That was Orlando.
In Miami, I was
we
taking
in
my shirt
Orlando.
off.
Yeah.
We in Orlando too.
Orlando really like that too. That's where we.
Yeah, you know, you
That's
think
the
you go
base.
into like a Disney World
Disneyland and
section,
shit, and then you like, oh,
and that shit turn up real quick in the club. Ain't no
What?
Mickey Mouse there.
For real. It ain't even out
we
places like
went
that.
to Miami. Do you remember the spot we went to?
I have no idea.
I was smacked. They put a PD Pablo on. They got started taking my shirt off. They going crazy in the
Shit
spot. They
was
like, yo, you
lit.
wildin'.
Yeah, it got crazy.
Yeah.
We got to head back to Miami, though.
Yeah, shout out to the 305, man.
All day,
real
baby.
though.
Rick Ross, my favorite rapper.
Real though.
Hey, Ricky, Rose.
JT, you want to ask some stuff? Like, I know you probably got like a couple of questions in your head.
I mean, I guess we could just start from the business acumen of what you do. I don't know if you already answered this question, but as a CEO, what are some of the trials and tribulations that you have to deal with?
Oh, shit. Well, really the way it's, for me, is like understanding, like you said, the, dollars and cents, like making sure like paperwork is in order, the contracts and shit. I led into something, based on, like people you vibe with. And you hear about that shit all the time in the industry and shit. So lucky for me, that shit happened early on. And then now we, we're a really close family, but we got to the paperwork first. And, my suggestion is it doesn't matter how close you are, it don't even matter. It don't even matter. My mama got to sign the paperwork too.
Yo, you know what the crazy thing is? We literally was just having this conversation the other day about
telling
that.
you, it's just clarity. And then with them right now, the group that we have, Flik, Real Flik, REELFLIK, they're actually part owners as well. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to be, this is, we doing that for them. The music side, that's gonna be for them. I'm focusing more on the, like the writing and the film production and shit like that. So they're going to be handling things from the standpoint of, bringing new talent and stuff like that. The focus is on them right now, but it's all about making sure that we're gearing them up. So as we go through, it's so funny you said that. We just shot this music video for the single right now, and there's certain things that are happening from, artist perspective, and I try to bring them behind the scenes and say, hey, when we in a spot and certain things are happening, a lot of things that we would normally do, we don't do while we working. You feel me? A lot of times people are in the middle of working and they're doing everything that they normally do. That's not, we don't really handle it like that. We'll get into it like afterwards. You feel me? So it's all about that. And then one of the things I learned from some other cats in the industry is just like everywhere you go, movement. I tell them all the time, you don't just walk around like just like that no more. You got a whole system, a whole team, a whole everything behind you. So, it's accountability at all times.
How did you take that accountability when when you said, yeah, nah, it's a dub?
To the chin. Straight to the chin, bro. Like,
yeah.
If we need to take some...
That's the main thing is, when you work, one thing, as a writer myself, like when you write certain things or you're working on a specific project, you take it personally. And I had some cats I've worked with and they, no, I don't want to make the, certain adjustments. And learning how to make adjustments in real time is what I believe that has allowed us to kind of move beyond that initial bubble of getting to the point where we are. Because when you put stuff out, the expectation is it has to be industry ready. So anything outside of that, we don't waste time with it. And if it's gonna derail that, we just kind of pull them back. The reality is they're young, things happen, reality, but it doesn't go too far beyond the fray. Keep it at a certain cliff. So that way you can manage that shit better. If you got people that's just like wild-headed and just want to do whatever they want to do, can't deal with that. We already went through that. We just came out of that. So we got along early on. So we've been able to make the adjustments. So, and that's the thing. If you putting real shit out and you have the heart for it, like Ross says, the main thing is being consistent and moving forward. Just work your process.
So what has been the biggest hurdles up to date to get them to where you want them to potentially?
I mean,
be?
the main thing was, like I told you, D Rose was what came down.
It was in Boston.
He came down initially, and then all that shit we just talked about was kind of like happening, and then he went back and kind of, he'll tell you himself, but then when he came back down, he had his head on the right way. And even with that, you know, when you're managing artists, there's always going to be a kind of like a drop off. So you just got to kind of like be consistent, have a team, and then understand what the roles and responsibilities are. Everybody got an assignment, and accountability is the main thing. You know, don't look to the side. I don't want. No one gives a fuck. No one cares. I don't want to know why. Don't let it happen again. Let's go.
Does anybody ever get confused when it's like D Rose and D Rose in the same place?
I feel like we're so different that that doesn't really happen. But I mean, at first glance, name maybe a little bit. You feel me? Maybe a little bit. But they be saying straight D Rose, and then sometimes they'll say, or most of the time they'll say Rose for me. You feel me?
Oh, yeah. That's what I kind of figured. Like,
Yeah.
For real. But Mighty, she's the young lady. She's like real Mighty. You know, she has a real melodic like flow, and it's like her bars are like out of control. But she brings kind of like a balance to the group. You know what I mean? And bring that real hip hop kind of like almost like Erykah Badu kind of feel to it. You know what I mean? Real sensual too, and also like get hit with it. You know, she really, it's a good balance with the three of them. You know what I mean?
so D Rose,
Yo,
all right. The single comes out. What's next for you after that?
most studio time. We locked in, bro. Like this comes out, that ain't even close to the goal. You know what I'm saying? Like
Job
soon
ain't
as
done.
this shit, absolutely, Mamba mentality. You feel me? 24. Like we in the studio, like for real, we in the studio. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we're dropping this shit. We already have another video ready to drop. Then we gonna shoot another video. Like it's nonstop. You feel me? Like we in the studio, we locked in, getting that shit done. You feel me? Get that shit done.
Yeah, if anything, back to your question, is like making sure that you have kind of like continuity when you have so many different things lined up, and making sure there's synchronized in the right way, and how everything gets pushed out, particularly with the marketing and getting the songs to where, you know, because you have like a slew of songs that you already have like predetermined, but then as you're working through your process, there's things that need to be modified and tweaked. And then you know, have like 3 or 4 versions of the song and shit. And you're like, okay, we gotta get this one right. And so some of that is like some of the nuances on the back end that you tend to have to deal with. But that's part of it.
So like as an artist, like how long does it take like you to get album ready or get an album ready for people to hear?
Well, I feel like realistically, like when we in the booth and we in the studio, we drop songs. You feel me? Like me personally, I'll write up a verse 20, 30 minutes. You feel me? Like I'm putting that shit down. You feel me? But at the same time, if it's an album, we're serious about it. We want that shit to be perfect. So I feel like it might take a little longer, but that's just what you want when you're looking and searching and trying to create perfection. You know what I'm saying? A real gold that like you really hold prize. You feel me? So like I feel like if I'm dropping an album, when we're dropping this album, I want it to take time. I don't want to rush nothing. I don't want to push nothing out that I'm gonna regret and not like. So I'd say a little couple months, maybe like 2. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 3. But if we're dropping singles and shit, we spin them out. They're gonna be hot, but we spin them out like hotcakes. Like we just sending them out. But an album, I feel like we gonna take our time with that.
Yeah, we got somebody that's in the industry that's helping us navigate through that and putting things in order. how that's gonna play out. So there's gonna be a lot more to come from that standpoint.
Yeah, shout out my dog Rico.
For sure.
So this question go for both of y'all. As creators, right? In 2022, I feel as if the PC culture, the politically correct culture, has pretty much taken over. So as creators, do you feel like you have to make stuff that is socially acceptable, or do you feel like you just create and then let the world do what it does with your content?
Yeah, I mean, for me, you know, I heard what's his name? Prince made reference to, you know, like he put something down and put something together, and then when he put it out there, you know, folks are always gonna have certain things to say about it. But when you go into it, the original concept of what you had is what the masterpiece is. So although we are tapped in, like I said, we have our own kind of set that we're putting together called the Mango Tree, where we could discuss and talk about some of those things. But the music that we have is really tapped into the culture. It taps into who we are, tapped into where we're from, tapped into everything that's happening around us at the time. So yeah, it's just like, what's his name? Kevin Hart, you know, and some other comedians that, you know, I'm not going to state the rest of the names, but that you heard about some of the things that's happened based on the craft. But I think it's about being true to yourself and, go from there.
Yeah, I'm a bounce off of that. Like I don't really want. Well, I don't let nothing hold me back. So just by that being said, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. If I want to drop some shit, if I want to say some shit, that's what I'm gonna do. Like I ain't really into all that. What people saying, how they gonna feel about it, is what I want to do. You feel me? It's what I want to put down. You know what I'm saying? You have the choice to listen to it or not. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, that's based on your own choice.
Yeah, and one of the things that we recognize too is with a certain level of understanding. You know what I mean? Like for instance, Mighty, she's one of the artists, and she has a really great sense of understanding when it comes to certain things, and I make her understand that, you know, we know where we need to be at this point for us as an organization. So, you know, we all come together and listen to everything and curate it in a way that it makes sense. We want to make music that people are going to vibe to, listen to, and feel. You know, like if you talk about like and coming outside of hip hop, let's just talk about Mary J for a minute. You feel me? Like you feel that when she's spitting something, you listen to Method, like you feel what this guy's saying. You looking at Biggie, like he gonna tell you the story. He not worrying about who gonna feel if you listen to Dre and, you know, some of these folks. You know what I'm saying? So Eminem and all that. So that we kind of like sticking to that, but at the same time, you know, bringing that new vibe, that new energy, that electric energy that, you know, hip hop has now. I don't think that we have to stray away from that, continuing to augment the culture. One of the things we're looking at is really creating a real steady flow with the way they spit the music, so people could feel that shit. So
it's about the music. It's you know what's so sad is that we really have to ask that question this time of day. It is like are you scared to say anything in your raps? I mean, you should be able to. That's your art. I think you should be able to say whatever you want to say. But I mean, not being really derogatory or being like going to whatever the thing is. But it just sucks that we have to even ask a question like that in this time.
It's a new world. It's a whole new world, for real.
Yeah.
But one thing that I convey to them too is, number one, be true to yourself. You know, we not trying to come out here and impersonate anything. You feel me? Like I'm not trying to come out no, that's not what it's about. It's like, tell you right now, you know, I'm just a real one. You know, and then, you know, we talk about real things that happen. We talk about the struggle coming from Haiti. you know, coming back into the States, figuring out how to learn how to speak English, and people calling you this and telling you what you do, what you eat, and all of that, and coming and growing through that, and tapping into the American, you know, life. So those are the type of things that we really, you know, kind of like hone in on, like being true. And I tell them, be true to yourself. You're not trying to sound like somebody or sound like we getting into things that we really not getting into. We really want to focus on creating messages, but having people like move to it and feel it for real.
For sure.
Coming from the 305.
Oh yeah.
Hold on. Let me ask you a
Don't
question.
forget Dade County.
If we get the other people in here, you think it's gonna be too much?
Oh, what you mean?
Like you got 2 more people that want to come in here, but I didn't want to put them on. Yeah.
On the stream?
Yeah.
I think you could probably have maybe.
I know we could have 8, but you know it should be going crazy when we doing it. Like,
nah, it should be fine.
Tell them to come in. Tell them to come in.
Hey,
I'm gonna try to get.
Tell him to go ahead and tap in.
Yeah. Tell them. Oh no, leave because he's on his phone.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, hold on.
They're watching the stream right now, so they're probably gonna pop in right now.
Yeah, if y'all watching right now, man, just pop in because I want to try it out right now because I'd rather really have all of y'all at one time.
Right.
We'll try and see what happens. And if we don't, then we'll.
Are they all in Florida right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yes, sir.
They got a show 17th,
18th,
and 19th.
Okay.
In Orlando. So if y'all and anybody out here who's listening from Orlando, where y'all gonna be at?
Yeah, I was gonna say, D-Rose, what
the house. It's a restaurant. HOAS.
House.
Yeah, it's on Church Street.
Downtown Orlando on Church Street.
Okay.
Yeah. After this, man, DM one of us your the flyer or whatever like that, so that we can at least post that for you guys too.
Yeah, no doubt.
Let's see if we can get them all in. Oh, it was. You said you didn't know who that was.
Yo, can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
We got you.
All right, we're gonna try this out. We got
all
right now.
All right, my bad. I'm just relocating because I was with my boy D-Rose, D-Rose, my fault. But I had to move because we didn't want the noise to get all wicked. But what's up?
You want to introduce these two?
Real shit. Yo, you already know Mighty Vibe. She's gonna go ahead and introduce herself, and then we got D-Rose. You know what I mean? He's coming in hot. So Mighty, let him know who you are, and then we'll get with D-Rose real quick.
For sure. So my name is Mighty. My full artist name is Mighty Mystic. And I am a multimedia artist. I paint, I draw, I dance, I sing, I rap, and I also sculpt, I cook. I also write like poetry and stories and stuff like that. I'm into everything creative. I'm just all around creative. I'm creative with anything I could get my hands on. And as of right now, I'm putting in my main focus into my artist group, our artist group, which is Real Flik, as you know, has been introduced to you. We are the hottest rap group of the century. You will know if you don't know now. So that's me.
I wish we had the applause.
Let go.
We needed the gunshots for that one. We don't got the soundboard right now. We needed the gunshots for that one.
Hey, D-Rose, let's get it. Let hear it.
Bow.
There you go. D-Rose, let them know who you are, man. Come on.
What up? I'm D-Rose. I'm from Cambridge, Massachusetts. You know what I'm saying? I'm an artist. I rap. I do a little melodic singing thing here and there. Majority of the time, I'm not gonna lie. And I'm a part of Flik. You know, we turn this shit up, trying to get this shit on the road. You know, we got a show on the 18th that they was just talking about at the house. It's a classic weekend in Orlando. And yeah.
Sure.
Let's go.
Yeah, nice to meet y'all.
Pleasure.
Leading off. Damn, made me forget my question.
Cold? Yeah.
We was talking about kind of like, you know, the realness of the music and, you know, how they feel about, you know, being themselves and also like with the climate of the world right now, really. But let's just focus on this country right now with so much going on. You know, how do y'all feel about being authentic and being able to say what y'all really want to say in your music? So those are the type of things which was a really good question, by the way.
Appreciate that. Oh, I remember my question.
You remember? There you
go. I'm glad you brought that up. So coming from, well, I know one of them said they were from Cambridge, but
yeah,
you know, being that y'all not from New York, do y'all feel like in today's world, y'all still need the respect in New York like they did back in the day? You know how like back in the day, people felt like, oh, I'm not making it. Oh, I didn't make it until I got that respect in New York. Do y'all feel like it's like that to this day, or you don't really need that anymore?
Let me go first. I feel like that doesn't even tie in as much in today's world and today's society, because to be honest, a lot of the hottest rappers are coming from Florida. Like Florida is like the wave right now. Like all the new hot artists, like most of them is coming from Florida. You feel me? And they making a name for themselves. You feel me? Type shit. So like, if you make a name for yourself, it's like people gonna respect you regardless. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we gonna lean, or we have to lean towards getting respect from New York. But of course, I hold New York down with mad respect because a lot of the art came from there. You know what I'm saying? So, but I feel like it's not. I don't think it's needed as much. Feel me? Type shit.
I would like to bounce off of that. I think that honestly, the respect is going to inevitably like kind of mesh into what we're doing just because of the authenticity. I feel like real recognizes real. So as long as, you know, you recognize an artist that has real talent and who, when they spit and when they speak, you could feel what they're saying, that they mean what they're saying. That's something that you could recognize it anywhere. It doesn't matter where you're from, and you gonna really feel that and respect it, because it's just like, I literally, like, at work, say for instance, one of my coworkers, they play
she's not lying though.
they play Spanish music, you feel me? But they don't know no Spanish. They don't know a word of Spanish. They be playing Bad Bunny and all that. But they have respect, but it's because they feel a vibe when they hear the music. It's not really necessarily about what they even say. So, you know, with us having the message included with the vibe and the feel and the flow and the swag, you know, I think that it'll just come with that.
Facts.
Yeah, and I feel like Atlanta and Miami, like industry wise, I feel like it's more important to get the respect from there first, before right now at least, before New York. But that's just my opinion.
We got to know D Rose a little bit more before we got to know you guys, right? So where did your first love of music come from? Both of y'all. I mean, y'all can answer whatever one y'all want. Whoever goes first.
Go ahead.
All right. So my love for music started as soon as I was able to identify what it was that I was hearing. And like I love classical music. I love all types of music. I remember going to a symphony, you know, like when I was mad young as a not high school, sorry. As like a elementary school field trip or something like that. And I noticed how much went into it, and I felt it even though I couldn't understand it completely. You feel me? And now, like, as I just grew up, it continued to grow me, and music has always been like something that held me down and grounded me. It made me feel like music is, to me, that medium between like the spiritual and the physical, because you're literally converting your feelings and your thoughts into something tangible for other people to hear, understand, feel, etc., etc. So when I first started writing poems, and that's how I started writing music, because it started with like poetry and things like that, and then I just started to write bars one day because I just thought I had that in me. Like, I just said, you know, fuck it, I'm gonna just try. So I started writing some bars, and then I got into that, but I wasn't comfortable hearing my voice yet. Like I didn't like my voice. There was a point I did not like my voice. Like hearing my voice would make me cringe. But I kind of just broke out of my comfort zone and just tried it anyways, and I was getting good feedback from that. So I said, well shit, I think I could really do something with this. And at the time I was synergizing with my brother, and we kind of just started to strengthen the craft itself. But music has forever and will always be like my lifeline type shit.
Yo, for real, when she goes into the booth sometimes, like she sound like she's gonna do something and then she does something completely different, and then you're like, holy shit, how did you do that? It's amazing.
So she keeps you on your toes.
For sure.
Respects.
For sure.
Yeah.
Respects.
D-Rose, what you got?
But yeah, no, my love for music ever since I was little. Cause my older cousin, like I was always around him and shit, and he been making music forever. So I was always around trying to be in the studio, like little ass kid trying to be in the mix. You know what I'm saying? And then like I was always trying to sing stuff like that. I always like I was in the music, like in music class. I'm in the choir and all that type of shit. I'm singing and all that, like playing instruments. All that. I've been loving music forever. I always used to write. I didn't really try to get into the studio until like I say probably like 2017. That was probably the first time I ever got in the studio, but I was writing music for a long time before that. Like just never really did nothing with it. I rap in front of people, do shit like that, but never really nothing serious. And then I decided that's what I needed to do.
D-Rose, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
So you from Boston, correct?
Yeah.
You from Boston, you going down, and how you just easily mesh with them two like that? Boston
I
got
mean,
a
we family,
sound.
so it's and my sound isn't really like it's a more like modern sound, so it ties in with every type of like genre. You know what I'm saying? Like every type of sound, I could go any way with it.
Yeah, that's facts.
True spill.
I want to know from y'all perspective, how do y'all deal with social media and how do you deal with negative feedback that you may get from social media? Does that affect your ego at all? Or do you just like not care about it at all?
Personally,
I mean, me.
Oh,
go ahead, Marty. My fault.
Now you do shit. Personally, I feel like when somebody takes the time out their day to leave a negative comment, I honestly just see it as love too, because it's like you're just fighting the love that you want to feel for me. You feel me? Like you literally is like, because think about it. You see a commercial or something, you could change the channel or you could try to skip it or whatever. Like, or if you say, for instance, you see something on the TV you don't like, you're not gonna call the Bright House Network to be like, yo, I don't like this show, take it off. Nah, you just go and change the channel. So I feel like with us, it's like, or with like the social media thing, like presenting yourself out there for other people to have the ability to critique you and see you and all that. I feel like if they take the time to say anything, I just see it as love because you're taking it out your day. But if it's something negative, that just means that it's something in you that you haven't, addressed, or you feel some type of way. It's an insecurity that you're reflecting. So I honestly, I see it as love still. That's the way I see it. But go ahead.
It's still a comment, right? They pay for
Yeah,
comments,
I
right?
care less. They comment. They tell
You can say whatever, man.
What you was gonna say, D-Rose?
I said I could care less as long as they took their day out, time out their day to say something. I don't really care what they saying.
It's an interesting perspective because they're so young and they have different purview into things. A lot of times I'm hanging out with them, even with people from work. That I'm kind of like an OG in that shit. Like I understand certain things, and then when someone presents something to me in a different way, I'm like, oh shit, I never really thought about it that way. So you always think you know so much until somebody says something that makes you kind of like open your mind a little bit. But the negativity, actually, I just wrote a poem called "As I Am," and it really speaks to that and the way people perceive you doesn't really have any bearing on who you actually are. And so yeah,
their perception is their reality.
exactly.
Yours.
Has nothing to do with me.
D-Rose, you want to answer this question?
Yeah, it's because my last name Deosier, so it just comes from that basically. Pretty simple.
That was probably the simplest answer I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, ain't much simpler than that.
Real shit.
So I guess to piggyback off that question, I would actually want to hear from all of you. How do you all define success for your own individual career, and how do you all tie that in with your team success?
I guess I'll start to answer that. So I think that first, for me anyways, it's prioritizing how everybody feels individually, how everyone's doing individually in their personal life. Because if somebody's going through something, we all gonna suffer from it somehow. Because we're a team, we're a group, we're a pack. So it's first taking care of each other. You know what I'm saying? Looking out for each other. And then because that in itself is gonna take care of so many other things. It's gonna eliminate the question of, yo, why haven't you been writing, or why haven't you been doing this? Because it's like, I already know what's going on with you, so I know why you may not have been doing this, or you may have been in a funk or whatever. So it goes back to us being family, you know, and keeping that foundation strong. And the success part comes with the present moment of knowing that all of us are committed to each other. Like, because one of us, God forbid, could die tomorrow, you feel me? Or anything could happen. And the point is like that every moment, every waking moment, we were still in it. We were still pushing. We were still following through, which follow through is, one of our slogans. But I think that the success lies in each other, holding each other accountable for each other's success. Because if one of us falls, then we all go down. Feel me? So also just all wanting that success for each other is gonna bring us there inevitably. So
Nah, facts. I'll go next on that. Exactly what she said, because she does speak for all of us. We all speak for each other. So exactly what she said, but as in the society part and like success to other people and like known success, I guess definitely we definitely doing it a lot for them Benjamins, for sure, for sure.
For sure.
Cheddar, you know what I'm saying?
Blue bands, right?
That's real. That's real.
Yeah, like for me, like it's about knowing what each other's goals are and working towards them together, not worrying about one singular goal of yours. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we one group. It's about working towards one big goal. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has their little goals on the side. Okay, work towards those too, but don't lose track of the main one.
Facts.
Big fact.
Appreciate y'all sharing that.
Real shit.
And so then that makes me want to ask you. So one thing this is just me being personal. I listen to like recordings, like inspirational recordings every morning, right? And there's one guy who I listen to every morning. He says, an army of sheep led by a lion will always lose to an army of lion led by a sheep, right? So leadership is important for a team success. So now you as a lion in your group, right? Not saying that they're sheep or nothing like that. They're all lions too, and they're in respect. But as a leader, how do you help bring out the best qualities of all your artists?
I wondered why you asked that question.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I was wondering where you got that from.
Yeah. Leadership is real, man.
Yo, let me tell you something right now. If they can't make it, if I'm not here, I didn't do my job. So the most important thing is to give them the resources and the tools that they need in order to be effective without me. And so that's the main thing. So one of the things that Mighty touched on is kind of like making sure the foundational construct is intact. And that's what I've been fortifying from the beginning and making sure they remember that before all of this, when you get up, put your clothes on, you go to sleep, you remember who you are and why you're doing this. And when we have our chats, I always send them pictures of the youngest children in the generation that we have. Remember, you have accountability, a responsibility for them, because that's what we're doing for you right now. So if you're not going to do it for me, you're not going to do it for you. Do it for the next generation. And going back to that mentality of that natural habitat, right, is that lion is never going to let anyone fall behind. All right. They'll fall first. And so the main thing for me is always, so it's just so happened that I made reference to that within the same sitting, is making sure that they understand that there's so far that they can go, venture beyond, because we're no longer just freely walking around in the streets. We're moving in unison so that we can get to where we need to be. And success doesn't really mean the same thing to everybody else.
Mhm.
So our success is making sure that they straight, they stay straight, and ultimately able to sustain and maintain themselves. And the namesake, De Rosier. If you hear De Rose, right? D Rose, D Rose, 3D, all of that, follow through, that whole mindset has been crafted specifically to let them know, okay, so our mantra is follow through. So that means if you know you had some shit you were supposed to do, I don't want to know why. I don't give two fucks about why. I want to know what you're going to do to fix it and make sure it doesn't happen again. And that's where we hold them to that level. So, and that's what we've been able to get to this point, and everywhere else we're going beyond now.
I have a follow-up to that exact question. Besides them being family, how proud are you of them for being who they are? Man, because not for nothing,
I'm trying to
I'm
cry
looking
on
at
here.
I'm proud. Look at, man, you got like
so
3 people up here right now that doing their thing.
Yo, let me tell you, they know how proud I am of them because I tell them, and then I show them with action. And I think that love is a verb. Okay, it's an action. People will tell you that they love you every day, but but they treat you like they don't give two shits about you. So we lead with that. And funny enough, and I've heard like the Wayans brothers and different castings and different things that they've said independently. When you hear and we always kind of tend to lean towards them, and I know there's a lot of other families that have made success beyond them, but that's kind of like one of the cliffs, right? We heard about the Jacksons and other families, but the Wayne brothers, it don't matter which one you talk to, it's the same message. It's the same thing. Even down to the youngest one, they come in and bring it back. So that's kind of like been our main thing, is making sure that everybody understand how much they're valued, regardless of all of this stuff. The lights and cameras go off. Who are you as a person, as an individual? Are you okay at the end of the day? So that when the fame comes and everything else comes on the back end of that, you don't see nobody falling off and shit.
Well, I ain't trying to make you cry, but you do look like a hugger. Like he look like he want to hug all the time. Like, yo, come here, come give me a hug. Like you do look like you hug.
I don't know about a hugger, but
That's so funny.
I know how to show love, though. Yo, real shit.
So I'm just throw that back at y'all. As basically that's family, right? But like as him being CEO, helping y'all through all that shit, like how do y'all feel about like where he's taking y'all at this point in time, or what is he doing to take y'all to that level?
It's one of those things where it's like it's like a deer in headlights. Like wow, this person is going out their way, doing all of these things to see me succeed, to see us succeed. And at the same time, you have to stay grounded in the mission, because that's the whole reason they're doing it in the first place. So it's like, it's a lot, especially just being, a female with a lot of emotions, a very passionate female. I tend to, deeply analyze that, and I try to think about how I'm going to repay everybody who, puts so much time into this. And I just know that as it unfolds and as we get to where we're going, there's things that's going to happen that's going to make us all feel rewarded. And like, I can't, it's literally the visions and the flashes that I see of the future, of like just seeing the stress-free motions of the ones that set the path before us. Like, that vision keeps me going every day. And yeah, I think.
Yeah, and to let him know, he already know. That's my uncle, but even on the business side, like, I call that man all the time. I let him know. Like, they say that saying, him, that nigga, he's him for real. Like, he's him for real. He makes that
Bro,
shit.
do that gunshot. Do that gunshot.
Bow.
Bow, bow.
Hey, yo, we gotta listen, man. We gotta give them their flowers when they deserve their flowers.
Yo,
Yes,
Yo,
sir.
for real.
For real.
we here.
Appreciate that niggas too much. Niggas, he know that though.
Nah, for real.
Facts.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
okay. This is the last thing I'm gonna say about that. Sorry. Another thing is, like, I feel like it's almost like, like how parents love. Basically, you won't be able to understand how much your parents love you until you have your own kid, type shit. So it's like, we won't even understand the whole picture of how big and effective it necessarily is right now. But every moment, more and more, it becomes more real. It becomes more digestible. It becomes more, you know what I'm saying? Like, even just being on this podcast is like, oh, okay, yeah. And as that continues, it's gonna be more and more gratitude that we're gonna naturally be able to show and understand So that's the last thing about that.
You want a hug?
I go deep into my explanations. I know.
Actually,
Okay. All right.
might need a hug later on.
Nah, man, you deserve your flowers.
Yo,
You're doing something that that's needed with them three, man. But let's just say, hypothetically speaking, you didn't do this. Where would they be?
Yo, it's crazy. I remember when Mighty, they graduated high school, like, and she, between her and D Rose, they came to me. It was just like, yo, we trying to do this, and I was just like, you going to school? You going to somebody's school,
and I was
okay?
like, haha.
You were like, and it's crazy because it was the way that. See, I'm gonna tell you something, okay? When you walked in here, I saw you, and I also felt you, like the questions that you asked, because I felt like our minds were in alignment, and because of your disposition and your posture. So I respect that. Yeah. Number two, she did the same thing. She, at a very young age, she was able to articulate specifically what her dream was and what she wanted to work towards. And the best thing in like any pitch or anything like that is to be able to clearly articulate what your vision is and what you're aiming for. And they were able to do that. So, I look at all of them as my own kids. And for me, it's a pleasure for me to be able to provide that reinforcement to them, because we have too many folks out there right now that just, don't have that for one reason or another. We all come from different walks of life, and I, unfortunately for me, I didn't have that, and between my brothers and I, there's the three of us, three men, that made a conscious decision that said that either one of our kids is all of our kids. It's not like there's no niece and nephew, none of that shit. And that goes for my little cousin there too. He is just like one of our.
I saw that. I saw that.
Yo, he's still. Are you aiming for something?
No, I saw
like,
that.
trying to get me to get emotional.
You know what?
here.
Let's get that.
Like,
I'm sorry to get an emotion,
Let's get to some music.
Yeah, let's get to the music. Let's get to the music.
I got one more question. This is for them. No, this is for them. Because I kind of want to take it back a little bit before you all formed the group. Can you all speak, especially when you all were in school, because there may be some kids watching who may see this. Can you talk about the importance? Somebody mentioned earlier about the Mamba mentality and staying locked in. Can you speak to how important it is to do that at a young age when you're, especially as an artist, because a lot of people don't really believe in artistry as a career, especially when you're like, yo, I'm going to the studio and your friend's like, nah, fuck that. We going to do this. Or you want to make music, or you want to draw something that people's like, teachers are even maybe telling you, yo, that's not the route you should take. Can you talk about the importance of backing your dreams and staying with that, staying locked in with that Mamba mentality?
Yeah, actually, we have another cousin, brother, so to say. Actually, his name is also Greg. There's a lot of Gregs in the family. Gregory Delosier Jr. He's a football player right now, right? And he was playing at Louisville, now he's at UMass. When I tell you, like, he's one of my biggest inspirations, and he's younger than me too, by the way, like, younger than me. That man is a motherfucking star. Like, this man will cry if you don't make it to practice. You know what I'm saying? Like, this man, we chilling in summer. We in the ATL a couple years back. We in ATL during the summer and shit. We vibing. This man's waking us up at 6 a.m. to go to the field. You know what I'm saying? Nobody on his team is doing that shit. Like, he don't give a fuck. That man stays locked in because he knows what he's working for. Like, that just comes with the discipline factor. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be disciplined, bro. You got to be really about that shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard at a young age. But, like, when you're around people that love you and really care about your craft and push you, it does become a lot easier. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we hold each other accountable. So it's also your environment and, the people that you put around you, because you can control your narrative. You know what I'm saying? You could say who's going to be around me, say who's going to push me. And that's the people you got to pick and have around you. You feel me? You got to have those people around you to really push you. So it's a lot on discipline, bro. You got to really believe in yourself and be able to say no. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Whatever you feel, however you feel, I'm going to do it regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I know what it's going to do for me in the long run. And that's also, you got to have that goal in mind. You can't just go in with an empty bucket of water. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta know what you want, type shit, and then be consistent and pursue that shit.
Wow.
And don't feed into what your friends doing and thinking and trying to do. Lock into whatever you love to do. If you find something that you love to do, don't matter what it is. If it's sports, if it's fucking goddamn computer shit, I don't care what it is. Stick to that. Don't become the best at it. Don't let nothing else come in the way of it. Cause I'm gonna be honest, I didn't finish school. I'm the one who fed into everything around me. I fell to it. So it's like I know what I could have been if I didn't. If I had locked into playing baseball and shit like that, like I was. You know what I'm saying? So it's like don't feed into it. Stay tunnel vision. Don't let nothing come into your sight that don't need to be there. It's not gonna help you.
I think that the biggest thing about, like, when it comes to youth, like guiding the youth, is basically the best advice is don't try to grow up so fast. Don't try to be an adult when you're a kid, because as an adult, you're going to be wishing you was a kid again, literally. So it's like, listen when people say that, because it's hard to, it's easier said than done, because we've all been in that position where we're like, yeah, what are you talking about? Don't do that. Don't explore this. Don't, what? I'm a young kid full of energy and hormones and all this. What are you talking about? I'm finna do it. It's like, when you have something going for you, when you have a goal, when you have talent, and there's people who can recognize that, automatically lock into that and appreciate the fact that there are people letting you know, because they could just see it and hate on you and just stay quiet and just, or even directly hate on you and tell you you're not, you know what I'm saying? But it also comes with like a knowing, like that one thing that you know that when you do it, you feel that you're in your purpose. And then whenever you're not, whenever it's missing from your life, you feel empty, you feel like purposeless. That thing, you know, that's that thing for you. You know it is. So it's like, I can't go a day without listening to music, but I have. And like that day, there's a whole, it's like a different world that I'm living in. Like music, you know what I'm saying? Like it's honestly like, I'm so tied into my purpose that I can't be alive without music. Feel me? So it's almost like you have to be in love with it, because it's like, what else would you be? What else would you be doing if you're not doing what it is that you love to do? And who would you be doing that thing for? If you just decide, oh, well, they said be a doctor, and then you go try to be a doctor, and this is a basic example that everybody uses, but you know what I'm saying? Like, but really your heart is in, you know, painting or sculpting. Like, who are you being a doctor for? Who? You know what I'm saying? Like, so you got to really just listen to yourself.
And one thing I'll add to that too is, for the youth, them is, you know, just like we said, love is an action. You know, if you have a passion for something, stop telling people about it. Just do it. You know, and you know, it's just a matter of putting it out there. Like I'll use me as an example. So right now, I actually have a novel in my head. You know, and I already kind of wrote out the titles for my chapters. So she mentioned sculptures because she does that. So when it comes to my my spoken word, my poetry and shit like that, so I just come up with a title, and it just has to go from my hand to the paper. So for a while, I can't really write on a tablet, shit like that. I gotta actually put that shit on a paper. You know, I'm a little old school and shit. But just past week, I think I wrote my first poem on my phone because it was in my head, and I didn't have nothing to write with, and I had to put it on there, and that shit was dope. But it for a while, I had people just ask me what my passion was, and like, I love it was cooking, a lot of like, because being a chef and all of that. But my real passion is writing first before anything else. So I just had the aptitude for it, so I could sit down and write this scene right now in my head right now, and so I never had nothing to like tangible show that. So I stopped saying that shit and I just did it. And then now I have, I'm in the process of finalizing the first manuscript. So just do that shit. And then when people that you care about, believe in you or whatever, they'll take you more seriously than you just saying, "Oh, I want to do something."
Can I just say something? I want to go on tour with y'all because y'all got you a cook and she cook. Like y'all been saying y'all all cook. Like nah.
Yeah, we be eating good.
Tour bus about to be crazy. Like I'm just going to eat. I'll document the whole shit. I just want to eat.
I just want to eat.
What's that something up?
Then he's like, yo, I cook. She's like, first day she said, I'm a chef. I'm like, oh shit, 2 chefs?
That man right next to you, something serious in the kitchen.
Come on, you can't be doing that now when we got nothing to eat.
some oxtails, red beans, and rice.
Oh, he whipping out the
Yeah,
pig.
he whipping out the pizza, boy. Yeah.
Don't do him like that, yo.
Red velvet
Oh,
cupcakes in the building. We got the tostones and the
Okay.
camarón.
this tostones.
You know what I mean? The shrimp and
That's
shit.
banana.
Yeah, we do all that.
Tighten up.
Everything's happening. We here.
I'm in there.
Come on tour, baby.
I'm in there.
Oh yeah.
Nah, we
You're not gonna be
eating
hungry.
good.
Matter of fact, you might gain a few pounds.
I'm trying to get a few pounds.
For real.
I'm
You're gonna have to
actually
hit the gym after that.
Yo,
Listen,
for
y'all
real.
go to the gym. Leave me the food. Y'all good. We was gonna ask this a little bit later, but they want to know your socials and where you can find your music and stuff like that.
Oh, for sure.
Nah, definitely.
So
Listen, we gonna say it again too, so don't get tired of saying it, because I'm gonna ask y'all again.
Yeah.
Oh,
nah,
for
we'll
sure.
say it as many times as it needs to be said, without a doubt.
More.
Even type it in the chat.
But at Real, it's gonna be on Instagram and TikTok. Actually, no, I lied. TikTok is Real Flik Talk, but on Instagram is REELFLIK. And then in the link of that bio, you're gonna find all of our individual pages too. So you're gonna find D Rose there, you're gonna find D Rose there, you're gonna find Mighty Mystic there. So go to REEL, like if you're watching a reel, and then FLIK. There you go, right there.
Yes, sir. Pin that thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And then on TikTok, it's Real Flik, but talk at the end. You feel me? Like Flik Talk. So when we go crazy on Flik Talk, on TikTok, is people gonna start calling it Flik Talk instead. I'm telling you.
Nah, D Rose is fast as shit. He put that shit in the group in the chat super fast.
Let them know.
There you
Hit
go.
that follow.
Real
Hey,
Oh yeah, smart man. Hold up.
I need
He
to
put
see
that
that.
shit mad fast.
Chill.
Oh.
There you go.
I'm with the program.
And then our song is on, any streaming platform that you use in Spotify, Pandora, YouTube Music, Apple Music, all that.
Everything.
Yeah. It's me in the city, DA.
Yeah, me in the city, like DA. You feel me? Got that slang to it. You feel me?
All platforms. Stream that.
Rush that. Yes, sir.
Music video coming soon. It's gonna go crazy. Make sure you check out our Instagram, because we put in all the behind the scenes footage on there, and the visuals are dumb.
Crazy.
Out of control.
So everybody's Real Fliks, REELFLI
Okay.
Yeah, that's gonna have all of their information for whatever they got coming up, correct?
There you go.
And then
sir.
like their individual Instagrams right here where y'all could go and follow.
For sure.
Come on, let's get back into some shit, man. Y'all want to talk some more shit, or y'all tired?
Hey man, I'm ready to talk
Oh,
my
I'm
shit.
trying
Let's go.
We here. Come
All right,
on.
do y'all want to still have an interview, or y'all just want to talk some shit?
Yo, I mean, we could talk shit. We
Hey,
could
however it go.
We kicking it.
hear some.
I want to hear, first of all,
one.
before we get out of here, I do need to hear freestyle from each one of y'all, if that's okay.
Oh snap! How we gonna do
yeah.
the beat? Who's gonna? Is it acapella or we doing freeze? Like,
Let me see you think if I play something, can I hear it?
It'll be delayed.
Yeah, it'll be
Nah, it'll
delayed.
be delayed. We gotta do acapella.
No, it's not gonna be delayed to them. It's
It's gonna
delayed.
be delayed to everybody.
If you play some shit and they try to rap, it's gonna be delayed on both ends. I feel like.
that's
not
what I
All
was.
right, so fuck that. All right, so
If anything, they would have to.
But
play the
But
beat
actually,
audio
y'all
sound.
just need to bring us on the show so we could freestyle on your show.
Right there.
Facts.
yeah, when
Hey.
are y'all coming to New York?
Hey, real soon. Let's
Okay.
make it happen.
That's
Let's
really
make
how
it
we're gonna
happen.
make
Let's
that
do it.
happen.
Let's just
Listen,
make it
so-
happen. Let's pick a
So
day.
I'm just to let y'all know, we got a board here where we got a lot of people that's gonna sign. He gonna sign it before you leave. If we got a marker there. But we need y'all to come up here, come on the show, and sign that board, because we definitely need
Hell
that,
yeah.
so that when y'all get to where y'all get, we gonna be like, look at them, they was here first.
Yes, sir.
Auction off that section. We gotta auction it. It's over. This is y'all section right here. We gotta auction that shit. We
Yeah,
might.
dig. Yes, sir.
And,
Know that.
y'all gonna get the invitation to come down and check them out, and you know what I mean.
Yeah,
we
we're gonna spit that shit in person.
kind of close, but
Yeah. Next year, we'll definitely come down next year.
We'll definitely plug y'all in.
Shit, I need to go down there now. It's cold as shit out.
That's
New
a
York.
fact.
I don't
Yeah,
Appreciate
y'all
you.
go.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate that.
There you go,
Appreciate
look,
that.
Princess Graham.
Appreciate
Looking
that.
out.
We got more heat in the vault. Plenty of heat.
Plenty.
Stupid
Too much.
heat.
So what?
Stupid.
So oh, okay. No. Go ahead, JT. What you got?
I mean, I guess we could talk about some hot topics. Let's get to Kyrie Irving. Let's get to this. How?
Yo, let me just say real quick.
If y'all can.
Hey, listen.
That's my dog, nigga.
Oh shit! Here we go.
That's my favorite point guard.
100.
Before all
Go
of
ahead.
It's extra. It's extra. Too much.
Toe the line, boy. Toe the line.
There you go.
But yeah, go ahead.
I hear you.
Nah, go ahead. So what's the was there a question or how do you just feel about
how
it
do
in
y'all
general?
just feel in general about the situation? You don't have to pick a side or anything like that, but just like what were your natural reactions when you saw everything that was going on?
Me, it's just I feel like it's a lot. It's too much. He didn't even say too much. He reposted something, and then you know how everybody's too soft. People are too emotional. You can't say nothing. And especially if it's about some Jewish people, you better not even try to.
For facts.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be honest with you guys. When it comes to like, how do I say this? When it comes to hot topics, I guess you could say, I like to watch from like the background. You feel me? I don't like to emotionally tie to any of it. Nothing at all that happens in the media, big industry. I observe it, you feel me? And I solely observe it so that I could understand what the world is paying attention to, so that I know how to connect to the world. But I really personally don't do it for myself because I don't care. You know what I'm saying? But, that comes with just me being authentically me, is just honestly staying focused in on what I'm doing, what we doing, you know what I'm saying? But so I really don't have too much of an opinion on it. So I
got a fat ass opinion about that.
Yeah, that's what they wanted to hear, bro.
That's what they want. Get in the juice.
But first of all, our family is very sports oriented. Like I said, our cousins D1 football, our other cousins D1 football, Miami Hurricanes, nigga. Yo, Kyrie Irving, nigga, that's my favorite point guard before Cavs, nigga. I'm talking about before LeBron came back, nigga. Like, that's my guy, that's my dude. I'm rocking with him all the way, nigga. You ain't gonna make him look like a fool and make him do a whole bunch of extra nonsense shit, nigga. If that nigga retired, he still got a ring. And he's still getting deemed in the Hall of Fame, all of that shit. That's my dog, nigga. And he stand up and believe for what he's saying. I don't
think he plays another game in the NBA this year.
I think he does. I think he'll come back.
You think so?
I think so.
I mean, he made it through that COVID shit.
I don't think we'll see him in the NBA for another.
That nigga was playing
I give him 2 more months, and he'll play another game.
Yeah. So
what else I got?
I'll switch it up to a regular topic. Thanksgiving's coming. What is your must-have food on Thanksgiving?
If there better be some baked macaroni and cheese there, but Haitian mac and cheese, not the other bullshit. No way.
If my grandma's in the kitchen, I need everything. I need all of that. All of that.
There's a chef right there. That nigga, whatever he makes, I'm eating that shit, bro.
All of it.
Whatever he makes, I'm eating that shit. But I need pumpkin pie, nigga. I love that shit. For real, for real.
Yo,
Keep pumpkin pie.
Stuffing hits so different, I think. But I don't even have it every year. But like, it's some good stuffing.
Yo, sweet potato for me. I need to get that.
Stuffing ain't it.
I don't know about stuffing.
Yeah, stuffing ain't it.
Crazy.
And there better be some black rice there, some Davy Jones.
Stuffing only comes about during Thanksgiving.
Oh, the Zoes heard that.
The Zoes heard that.
No rice with the sweet peas. Yeah. For real. Mushroom rice. Let's get it.
Has to. That's a must.
What's the food that y'all quietly toss in the garbage?
The yams. Get them out of here.
So
Yo, I don't know why
let
you
me
don't like
explain something to you.
The yams?
Like candy
yams? I don't like
Yeah,
yams
listen,
either.
so
I don't like yams either.
in
Is
Creole,
Miami called the yams?
I don't like yams.
yo, in Creole for me, in French, there's this thing called yen sur perde, right? And so what that means is nothing will be wasted. So especially if you come around us, we don't make food that we don't eat. Okay.
That's true,
We don't even know what that means or what it looks like, what it sounds like, what it feel like. Yeah. Ain't no bone. Like I think the bones turn into dust around us. Yeah. If I wasn't in the gym, yo, I wouldn't even be sitting next to you. For real.
Eat some of that food.
Real shit.
And all that shit.
Beans, rice, coconut milk, the whole thing. You know, beer battered coconut shrimp.
Listen, you still got 2 days here. You know what I'm doing?
Hey. Yo, I met this guy just a few days ago. This guy knows too much about me, okay? It's like, all of a sudden, that's my man right now.
I did my
For real.
And we was smacked.
For real.
For real though.
Increase the dome strength, baby.
hey, for real though, on that eating, on the throwing away shit, we ain't even get raised to be able to throw
shit away.
Like
you can't even be picky. Oh, you say you don't like?
Nah, nigga, you eating that shit.
But it's like it's weird. So when a lot of times I go out to eat, it's hard for me. Because you taste the food, and it's just like when I, as a professional, when I go somewhere and I like the other day, I actually went to this nice little spot called Havana's, not too far from here.
Yeah.
Yo,
food
respect, my G.
Food is really good.
You know what I'm saying? So I give respect, but when I go somewhere and I'm like, yo,
what you got from Havana's though?
I got some salmon, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It was salmon. And it was like kind of like melting, kind of like people know. I know what's up. A lot of times people think they're eating salmon, but they not. If the salmon is pink, it's not salmon. I don't know what it is. It's supposed to be like a reddish hue to it. That's the Pacific coast.
Yeah. Fucked him up just now.
Yeah, if you eat pink salmon,
You can't just drop that like
do not eat pink salmon, bro. That's farm raised. So you need to get you some. Like
go in the ocean, nigga. Get a spear gun.
Yes, like if you can't afford to eat salmon, don't eat salmon, bro.
Don't eat it.
Like just step away.
You said
what do you talk about? What do you say to the people that eat tilapia then?
What is
that shit? That shit beyond fake, nigga.
It's like
a manufacturer.
It's like beyond meat, nigga.
Beyond meat.
That's what that is, nigga. What?
You know what I'm saying? I do catfish though.
So you go into the ocean and you catch it with your hands?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a spear and shit now.
That's Aquaman.
Y'all don't eat this shit right here. Y'all not eating the right fish. You can come out with a.
Yo, man. As a matter of fact, I got 2 cookbooks in the car right now. I'm putting some new recipes together. And shit,
you wrote them?
No, like getting ideas and shit. American Test Kitchen. Not trying to put a plug for them, but then they got some good shit. So it's all about kind of being, looking at different ways of doing things. But one thing with us is like I don't believe in minute food. Like people that when I'm cooking, like I'm not rushing, and people that try to like go in the kitchen and I know they got kids and I got kids, so I'm not going in the kitchen to rush food. So I start early, get what I need to get, and really, and that's what we.
And still don't
cook at 10 o'clock at night. And midnight.
Yo, for real. And I go to the restaurants. It's like, yo, this is not. As a matter of fact, a lot of times I go to a restaurant and like they'll do like a stir fry and it's not right. So I tell them, yo, you got some, bell peppers? They'll be like, yeah. I said, you got some onions.
And you start making your own shit.
I say, yo, can you put that into that and do that? I'm one of those guys.
And
then they bring it out.
You just bring the ingredients and you make the shit.
Wow.
Bland food is real hard to make bland food, and then all that salt and pepper.
It's really not that hard.
It's real hard to digest.
Yeah, really,
That's
really
what it is.
insensitive joke, and I'm gonna keep it to myself.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something right now. I ain't know I was gonna do this. Yo, I didn't know I was gonna do this, but if you have salt and pepper and that's all you got, you just gotta find some garlic, bro. You take salt and pepper and some garlic, and and some onions. You good? Yo, you'll be able to figure something out. Maybe a little herb like thyme or something like that, and some oregano or something like that. You just change your life. As a matter of fact, I do like gourmet ramen too.
Noodles?
Gourmet ramen?
Yeah. I don't just when I get ramen, I don't use the packet. I just use the noodles and I figure it out from there. I don't even know what
Are you the type of person that
I
they
don't
come
even know
to
what
you
a pack
with
of
like
ramen noodles
they be like,
taste
yo,
like.
if they come to you with like leftovers, but like, yo, spruce this shit up? And then you just like make a gourmet meal out of like some old shit?
No. I don't cook with scraps or leftovers.
Start from scratch.
Depending. That's a good question.
Like if they say, yo, hey, I got this bag of McDonald's.
Like what I've done, I've done this. Like I've gone somewhere and they make like some red snapper, which is my favorite, and it's not right, bro. It's not flavored right. I don't marinate a lot of things because I like to taste my food as I'm cooking it. Fish, you gotta marinate the fish, okay? So I repurposed that fish and redid that. So sometimes, there's a way to do that. But for the most part, I don't cut corners. There's no, I'm gonna do this instead of that. I try to stay away from canned beans. I don't really know I if I purchase canned beans, it's just like if I'm doing like yellow rice and I might want to put like some peas in it or the John rice. But usually we gonna like boil down the beans, like dry beans, like make the food. If you bind it in a can, for the most part, you're doing something wrong.
I'm not gonna lie to you. You're telling us because we cook canned beans.
Canned beans.
We cook everything wrong. Like,
for real?
I'm sitting here flabbergasted.
I'm like, yo, you just said some type of rice. I had no idea. You said macachano rice. I'm like, what the heck is macachano?
Yo.
What you said? What kind of rice you said?
Jonjo. That's like mushroom rice.
Mushroom rice.
It's like dry mushrooms, you know what I mean?
I didn't even know what that meant.
Yeah, Jonjo rice. Like dry mushrooms, and, take it, and then the stock becomes like a real dark hue to it. And it has a real like strong, robust flavor to it, like very earthy flavor to it.
Yeah.
So
it's not literally mushrooms in there though.
I gotta ask, have you ever had Popeyes?
I fuck with Popeyes. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay, all right.
I fuck with Popeyes.
Do you eat that
but
stuff?
Popeyes is not. You know what I mean? Popeyes Louisiana style. Got a little kick to it. Got a little something.
So you don't eat no fast food.
But aside from Popeyes, every once in a while, just so happens that I had some Popeyes a few days ago. It's so funny you said Popeyes. But that might be my own.
You don't eat no other fast food?
Nah, bro. I really. It's hard. It's very hard for me. I might do like.
What does your pantry look like?
Full.
Like he must have every flavor in his shit.
Every
like
herbs.
Every Do you have a herb
Creole
wall?
seasoning? I make
Live
my
There's
own.
3 of every herb.
I make my own mixes. Seasoning mixes and stuff like that. Put things together. One of the main things, like people that know, those know, the Haitian people know, and also the Hispanics know. They do some. I think y'all call it sofrito or something like that. We do we call it epis, and there's people that might put like sodium and different things in the in it. I don't. I just use the the green onions, the onions, garlic, a lot of garlic, and a lot of times they'll use like parsley. I like to use the Italian parsley, and it really has a good. You blend that together in a mixer, like kind of like blend that together with some olive oil, or I prefer avocado oil because it has a really good high burn level, so that you can pretty much do anything you want with avocado oil. So,
I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't even know there was 2 different types of parsleys. Like you just said Italian parsley. Like I didn't know that.
You know what I love to use?
Game.
I love to use Uber Eats That's my favorite. You know, Uber Eats to get there 45 minutes, under 45 minutes.
I'm not gonna cap. Sometimes I gotta, Uber it too, but that's like
Gotta get it how you live.
You have one of those endless nights, if you get what I mean. You know what I mean? You can put something work in and
have y'all ever was talking to somebody? It could be a girl, guy, whatever like that, and they vent to you, and then you realize that they the problem. Like, stop venting me. You the fucking problem.
Yo, that be happening to me every time you be telling me some shit like about some female, bro, no cat. Yeah.
You realize you the problem, like you the problem?
Like, no, I realize that you vented to me, and I'm like, yo, you're the problem.
Right.
Like,
yo, I realized that shit. Yo, it's so funny you said that shit. Like, so last year, the end of the year, so I had some crazy shit happen to me, right? And that shit put me on like, why the fuck does this shit happen? Like, and there's like one of those like reoccurring themes. When something is a perpetual thing and it happens, and you notice that it's something that happened again, and then by the time you get to the third time, that's a pattern, right? So now you have to do a self-reflection, and that's what I did, and I was able to make some real, adjustments. And, the first thing that I do, I don't fucking lie. I just keep shit without sounding cliche and shit. Just say what it is, because that way people have more respect for you, and then people can make decisions based on, real life.
Wait, you was talking to somebody and then you realized that yourself was the problem?
Not particularly in a relationship.
No. And just
there's certain thing that happened to me. The only reason why that shit happened to me is because I was making decisions that I already knew. There's some things that you do that you know what I'm saying? You've done this before. I've been here before. So how the fuck did I get back here? Well, it can't be them. Because this is a new person that came into your life. So how the fuck did you do that shit again? You got to be honest with yourself. Even D Rose made reference to that, and I had spoke to you about that before. Like, he realized that he was fucking off, doing some old dumb shit, and he had to kind of,
get his head right.
Yo, and I told him, just so funny. I told him we was in the studio in Miami, and they just put one of these songs together that's like real crazy. And I came out. I was like, damn. I was like, nigga. I said, do you realize who you are? You are the anchor, bro. Like everyone has an anchor. I see myself as a fulcrum. So I'm the one that kind of like make the machine move, make it go. He happens to be the anchor. Mighty's the one that kind of like keep it all together. You know what I mean? And make sure everybody understand like how we get through shit. And D Rose just kind of like, yo, let's go. Let's make this shit pop. Straight up, and it gets back to some of the things that you were saying before. It's really very difficult to get a group of young folks together that are so strong in their own. And even me, I'm an alpha type person, so it's hard to like keep all of that together, like some of equal parts. But it's like when you understand the, think with the end in mind concept, and what the overall sense of what you're doing and why you're doing it. Don't let off the gas, bro. Like you mentioned the whole COVID shit. Everybody kind of like went into their own bag. A lot of people got divorced and separated and did all kind of shit, realizing the shit. But we kind of like went into our own little cocoon and still kept working somehow, and then came out of it with a whole bunch of shit that we ready to come out with. So that's real shit right there.
Consistency.
Yes, sir.
We stay with it.
Don't fuck off. If you got something to do, just do that shit. That's that follow through shit. Like,
I like that though.
And what happened with me, back to the beginning of CMG, Convergence Media Group, was I was successful. I have a good job. I'm not really struggling for anything. I can't say that I am, but to get to that point, you reach a certain plateau, and it's like I'm one of them people. Like if I'm just like, I can't just sit around. What am I doing? And it kind of led me into getting back into the craft, the artistry, putting something out, and then plugging back in and feeding back to the people that can really benefit from it. You know what I mean? And that's one of the things that we want to do actually with
Do you hear that on your headphones?
Yeah.
I hear it now more than
I think that is that one of your phones? It's gone. It's done.
it's done. Yeah.
That's what we was here. I was here. Like it was
wasn't
like
loud.
that. It was lighted on that earlier.
Yeah, but just kind of like one of the things that we want to do is, as we work through, is look at not from a standpoint of the question you had about New York. Like for me, I fuck with New York, nigga. Okay, so New York is embedded in me, bro. Like, I grew up in Miami. I became a man in New York. Like, I remember when I was working at World Trade, and for the first month or so, I was like, fuckers was bumping into me and shit. Like, I was walking, because, in Miami, we have a different, speed, like we walk like mad, like, we mad chill and shit. So after like 2 months, I think 2-3 months, and I was just like, I became one of them, and it's not something that I take lightly. But one of the things that we look at is we're going to be looking at tapping into, artists that not just into the music, but that have a passion for what they're doing and really feeding into different communities, not just kind of one hood or one area, and like kind of like bringing it all full circle. If you look at what Chappelle is doing, this guy is going in the middle of God knows where, and he using his name and his recognition and who he is, his platform to bring people out of nowhere and feeding into different communities. So those are the type of things that we like to do to really put into our community, because they're not gonna do it.
Two things. Did you watch the Chappelle shit that just came out?
The newest one or
The SNL,
the SNL one?
No,
the monologue.
You gotta watch
the
it.
monologue joint?
Yeah, that's like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I mean, it was real. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because you brought him up. I just wanted to know if you said. And then secondly, you said that that
the whole thing about him is like freedom of speech. Like,
yeah.
Like don't tell me what the fuck I can say. Like
he said it in a very good way. And, and you said before that new artists that will be coming from them. Correct? Something like that. You said that, like.
I mean, beyond them, because right now the focus is them.
Them, yeah, but you said like be after them.
Right.
They're gonna be the ones that's gonna bring new artists in. Right?
Of course.
Do you guys have anybody like that you wanted to work with, or you want to like be like a new artist yet, or like you see somebody like, oh, when I'm good, I got you?
Oh, absolutely. Actually, my best friend, like I recently just been getting him to like get more into recording himself, because he's always like freestyle for fun and shit like that. And like because he's basically in my entourage and like seeing everything that we're doing and being a part of the CMG movement, it's like I already know in my heart like there's gonna be a time I'll be able to be like, hey yo, like it almost is like something that's unspoken, but it's also like we're working towards that actively. So hell yeah, like I see that happening for sure. That's a good question. I'm glad you asked that.
What about you guys?
Go ahead, Greg.
I mean, me right now, like I'm focused on us first. You know what I'm saying? And once like obviously I got my dogs and shit who make music too, who are good and could use some backing too. But right now I'm worried about us until we could put real money behind somebody else too and not have it take away from us at the same time.
Yeah, he just said exactly what I was about to say.
I think he was gonna say it in a different way though.
I don't know.
We
It
all
sounded
kind of
real smooth and similar. That's exactly what I was about to say. Maybe I was gonna say a little meaner. I don't know.
Do you guys got any questions for us? Like, that'd be cool.
When did you guys start your podcast?
2020?
Yeah.
Pandemic.
Damn. Y'all had a lot of time. Y'all brainstormed.
We brainstormed for like a long time. And then all of a sudden the opportunity came and we jumped on it.
Opportunity means preparation.
No, opportunity means COVID.
No, opportunity means preparation.
Oh, meat.
Opportunity means
I thought you said mean. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah.
But I think as a collective, you know, we all got hit from that. You know what I mean? And a lot, especially out here in this area. And so, I mean, I could say, I'm not gonna say too much, but one of the reasons why I'm here is because I'm actually training emergency managers how to give back to New York and to New Jersey. I'm actually training emergency managers on how to help the cities and the communities get back monies that they're spending on supporting the community. So that's basically what I'm here. I've been here, you know, I got a couple days left before I leave, but you know, I've been very fortunate to be able to provide that support to the New York, New Jersey area. So big up to y'all for real. With everything that's happening, y'all got hit real hard with that.
Facts.
We still here.
Bang, 100. Still standing. Yo, let me tell you.
Bow.
Here you go.
One of the things that happened, I was telling you about the story with the 9/11 and how like New Yorkers just came together, bro. Like I mean, I was stuck in the city because actually my cousin, he's a photographer. He does like Fashion Week, the whole thing. He was one of the main promoters of Club Cheetah, Amnesia, Miami, and then came up here, did a whole lot of different clubs up here, bringing all the models out and all type of shit like that. But yeah, I was stuck in his crib for an extended period of time. You know what I'm saying? But like about a week or two later, everybody was like, "Fuck you." After that, you know what I'm saying? About a month,
we don't like each other that much.
About a month later, it's like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
everybody
like,
credit
okay,
cards start working.
Yo,
again.
you know the trains work now, right?
Yo,
Like,
we finally made it back, yo. We still here. We're not going nowhere.
Everybody had good.
I got a question for y'all, actually.
Everybody had good credit for 3 weeks.
And then that shit just stopped working.
hey, I got a question. Because Miami, like, I feel like the South, well, generally the South, but I'm speaking mostly about Miami. I feel like we're not as mean, obviously, as New York. Do you think the weather and it being so cold plays a big factor in that?
No.
Nah, we just
Don't lie.
It ain't got shit.
Weather doesn't make me a dick.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah,
So look. Let me put the scenario. I'm walking out my house. It's sunny.
Trees.
I'm going to the beach, palm trees. I'm like, damn, I feel good.
Today's
You walking out your house. You step in some nasty snow. It's cold as fuck. You already like this by the time you step out the door. Like
for that shit.
Come on.
Let me tell you
I
something.
feel like that plays a little bit.
I don't think it's the snow. I think it's the fact that I'm trying to go to sleep at 3 a.m. and some Dominican nigga outside is blasting music.
Yo, we Dominican though.
In his car. Yeah. And it just makes me overall angry. It don't got shit to do with the weather. It's the niggas here. These niggas piss me off. The weather.
Yo, he's mad about that shit right now. Yep. Like, he's upset about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something else though. When if you take a New Yorker out of New York, right? We go to Miami.
Yo.
Once we hit that plane, we go back to New York. We stressed. We do not want to come back here.
Fucking crying.
It's like we can smell the pollution. The shit stink.
Yo. I think it smells worse going over the bridge to Jersey.
No, Jersey smells like shit.
Jersey smells nasty.
Because it was a swampland. That's all swamp. They smell like that. Jersey smells like
across
ass.
the bridge. I'm like,
yeah,
it's fucking stunk out here.
No, that shit is all Jersey stinks. But you come back to New York.
I love Jersey.
We like, okay, back to the same old bullshit we gotta go through every day. Yeah, we love New York, but we hate New York at the same time. Like,
That's
Hey,
why
where's
we have
the
so many
best
people.
chopped cheese spot?
Chopped cheese.
chopped cheese, you gotta go to the corner store,
This
man.
is like any Oscar.
See, this is if you want to know why New York is better than over there sometimes, because y'all can't walk to the store.
That's
Like,
a fact.
Yo,
That's very true. You gotta drive 5
you
minutes.
can't.
Yo,
Like, if it's 3 o'clock in the morning, you can't get nothing to eat. You gotta go to
you just
Wawa's.
walk up and
You gotta go to
Hey, but
Wawa.
at least we got Wawa.
for real.
Big facts.
True.
Y'all
That's
gotta
coming
drive there. I gotta be smacked and walk.
Yo, I
Yeah,
always
but
got
we can go get some from Wawa at 4 a.m. It's gonna
Yeah,
bust.
because you the only like chef.
Yeah,
Like,
them cats, they be coming by my crib. Say, "Oh, hey, you got something to eat?" Yeah, man, I got something to eat. Always got it.
Every time.
Yeah, you got some. Yo, of course I got
Need
something.
that.
so y'all all live like around each other.
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah,
That's
for
cool.
real.
Speaking of coming to his house, asking you, when we come back, what's up with the
Provel's like being around each other for y'all be like 45 minutes away.
Quarter tank of gas. That's ATL.
A
Man.
quarter tank of gas to get to. Yeah, he live right around the corner. That's a
In
quarter tank
Atlanta,
of gas to get to.
they show y'all this life.
Taking
in
road
Atlanta,
trips.
like, everything is all like it's like if you like in the city though, you know what I'm saying? But most people live like
Not far from each
not
other.
too far from the city. It's like, but it's still like 30 minutes. Everywhere you go is like, that's why I left. I actually just sold my house out of Atlanta. I'm in back in South Florida and Miami and shit. But it was like, yo, I got down to Miami. I was like, yo, every block is like, I got something I could get into. So
Now, you know
it's
why
a
I like
different
Miami
thing.
though? I'm not gonna lie to y'all. The Ubers are dumb cheap. For some reason,
Oh yeah,
we
I
went
hear your
around the
Ubers are
whole
crazy,
Miami
right?
Yeah,
for like $30.
That's a fact.
I was
Yo.
like, what? We was everywhere. We was like, yo,
Because everything's right there.
Every place
I guess
outside
New
of
York.
New York, bro. New York is just.
and then y'all gonna be. That's why we mad because we gotta fucking pay mad money, bro.
You gotta pay for
20
air.
minutes to y'all driving, 10 minutes to y'all driving. Y'all going far. 10 minutes to us, we're going 7 blocks.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yo,
Yo,
we can
that's
get to the beach in like 15 minutes.
Speaking of
15.
15, 20 minutes, yeah.
And that's far.
That's
you
far.
could live in the middle of the island and go over there.
Yo.
But
Bro,
wasn't you just talking about walking?
I ain't walking to the beach though. I said I can walk to the store. I can walk to the
at
store.
least y'all have a beach. We got a patch
cesspool.
of dirt.
Yo.
Some campus in the water.
Yo,
got a
that's
swamp.
we got
I mean,
a
when y'all go to the beach, y'all just go and like
sit on the
walk on the
sand.
sand and
Yeah,
shit.
Yeah, we
Y'all
don't go on the water.
they ain't getting in that.
Even
The
that is
only
a
Nah, you
risk.
come out with an
Only
SC.
Yeah,
niggas
it's
getting
just
in
like
that
a
water is
formality.
niggas trying to
Yeah,
get
That
that
blue
blue
green.
green.
That's what I call that shit. That blue green.
The niggas gonna be going.
Only niggas
coming
getting
out
that
that
water.
water.
I'm not getting in that shit.
You go in the Orchard Beach water, you might come out a superhero.
That shit is
Gonna be
gamma
an Avenger.
radiation.
My God.
You're gonna come out like a motherfucking villain.
Yo, for real though.
Gamma radiation, bro.
Yo,
Oh, come on,
for
like the Hulk, bro.
Did any of y'all see Black Panther?
Yo,
Nah, not yet.
Not yet.
You know, sir?
Damn.
Y'all heard they was going crazy with the southern border folks and that shit.
Yo,
You saw it
What?
already?
yeah,
it was
me and my girl
heavy
saw it.
southern
Don't
border
say
folks in
nothing
that
else.
motherfucker.
I'm not gonna
4D.
watch that.
Damn, man, I want to
Wait,
talk
we ain't
about
watching it. We all gotta get. We all got.
Yeah, we ain't watch it yet.
I don't know. I heard.
Nah, shit got real. Shit got real. That's all. I don't want to spoil it for y'all, but it's a
Don't
solid.
do that.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna do that. Next topic.
Let's do one more because I know it's 11. Oh shit, it's 11:26.
Oh, do they have any more questions before you?
Oh yeah, y'all got any more questions? Did you make that hat?
Nah, I didn't. But it's actually Steve Madden. So nah, I didn't make it. But I actually get
Yo,
asked
you
that
gotta
question
share
a
some
lot.
of your art with them so they can feel you.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah.
we can put some art on this wall if she's selling it.
Yo, for real, when she come up, as a matter of fact, she's the one that's doing all
The
the illustrations
for
for the
his
book.
book.
So
Yeah.
she's gonna
You want to
be-
put something back here?
We need something.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she got a lot of art.
Absolutely.
Big ass 40 logo.
Yeah, whatever. You could create
Let's
something.
talk
real.
about it. Not
She's
for
gonna
real.
make me think like you was like, why the fuck wasn't this shit up here from the beginning? What the fuck were we doing?
Nah, we with it. We got a lot of like decorations where we want to put up here. So I mean, why not? Let's do it.
Let's do
Yeah.
it.
No,
I'm
no
gonna
decoration.
put it in a
We gotta make that date to
Right.
pull up
Yeah.
and do an in-person podcast
Yeah.
also so we could freestyle for y'all for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Let's
that's
set it up.
easy.
Let's set it up.
That's
Let's get it done.
Listen, he's gonna let me know when y'all all coming up here. we'll set the date.
Yo.
And it's set in stone. Y'all good.
Too easy.
Bet that.
But y'all gotta come on Thursday. Thursday's turn up day.
Oh,
Bet that.
Thursday.
Bet that.
Whatever day the
I like
turn up
that.
day, we there.
Yeah.
For sure.
But I
You did have a question though. I'm sorry. We cut you off.
me?
Yeah, who had the question?
Nah, y'all said something about my hat, and I was just saying that.
That's because Princess, she asked about your hat earlier. You didn't.
Do y'all have any merch?
I ain't even peep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually,
But,
we working on some Zoe shit. Like we got
now the
some
art stuff,
real
yeah.
nice merch that's gonna be coming out soon.
Okay.
With, you know, the Haitian flag logos and shit like that, with some custom
Yes.
artwork that we got, like pushing Z, you know, shit coming out with the follow through
Yeah.
concept.
So I
that
do
shit-
digital artwork as well as the other
Word?
side. Y'all could pick. Yeah,
She's
y'all.
lit everything.
Oh shit, yeah, we
Yeah,
need
so but next year is really and really for us, it just so happens that everything is like 3. So it's like 3D. That's the original 3 brothers. There's 3 of them. You know what I mean? And then we actually coming out like in year 23. So coming next year. So it's we coming for it.
Not gonna lie to you, when
Take over.
first time you said 3D, I thought of the wrestlers.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I was thinking of the Dudley boys, bro.
But
I
they
ain't
did
gonna
the 3D
cap,
and they
bro.
just like, I was like, oh, okay. All right. But I was letting you finish. I was like, let me not say nothing. You know how
I got a
hard it
question
was
real
for me
quick.
not to say nothing?
Oh, he got a question.
What do y'all think, like in y'all opinion, do y'all think an artist needs to be successful in this industry?
I'll let him take that.
I feel like there's a few things. I feel like versatility, adaptability, and just like drive. Because if you're versatile, you should you're able to make music that different groups of people can take in.
For real.
Best example, how Drake, being kind of a versatile artist, he was able to drop a house project. And even though his core fan base doesn't listen to that, that was able to bring in fans to his music that didn't hear his own music.
Yeah.
And then adaptability is just being able to adapt to the times, you feel me? Like a lot of artists that have multiple years in the game wouldn't have that if they weren't able to, keep up with the sound and keep up with what people are wanting. And then just drive, just focus, being consistent, staying at it.
I'm not an artist, so I wouldn't know. But what I'm gonna say is, I think that you just need a loyal fan base. Like we talk about Russ all the time.
Mhm.
Like Russ is very successful, and he has a loyal 500,000 who buys his records every time.
That man make bread.
He
and
makes
a lot
so
of
much
people
money
don't even know him.
off of people who don't, and nobody really listens to his music. The masses don't listen to his music. So I think if you have like a good fan base that's gonna be around you and gonna support you, I think that can work. I don't know.
I think like more like situations like this too, tapping into, different areas and people like y'all that like bring that whole like vibe. Like one of the things we, in Mighty can like test to that, we really, feed off of energy. Whether you know it or not, you feeding off people's energy. So they get with like letting people know who you really are. Don't be fake. That's the worst thing you can
Genuine, bro.
do.
Genuine.
Eventually, like shit's gonna come out. You know what I'm saying? Just like when you go somewhere, you try to be a certain type of way. After a while, you're gonna start being yourself, and people's gonna pick up on that. So just stick to that.
Damn, that's a hard question. I'm torn. I can't give one thing. I'll give 2. I would say discipline and self-respect. I think you have to have the discipline to be able to do what's necessary regardless of how you feel. Knowing like I forgot who said it earlier, but we was talking about staying locked in and doing it even when you don't feel like doing it and having that tunnel vision. You have to be able to have that discipline in art to be able to do it all the time. I mean, every time and all the time. And I would say the second thing is self-respect. I think you have to be able to value your dreams as an artist and to be able to respect yourself enough to protect them. Because if you don't have that self-respect, it's easy to allow an outside influence to make you believe that you don't deserve what you know deep down inside you do deserve. So I think that's why a lot of people go into situations that they shouldn't go into because they don't have that self-respect to be able to protect what it is that they truly want and deserve. So I would say self-respect and discipline.
Some real shit right there. And a lot of times, like you said earlier, when there's gonna be, and I tell them this, everybody want to see you win, bro. And we've been seeing a lot of that. Like, yo, this nigga take off, yo. God bless that nigga.
Rest in peace, take off.
Rest in peace.
And like nigga already on the top for real. So it's like just making sure that you don't let anybody or anything derail you. Like you said, like people are gonna say things, people are gonna, actually do things to kind of like get you to like lose focus on whatever you aiming for. So if you already know who you are, focus on that.
And don't focus on the people that you think supposed to be supporting you.
Right.
Because there's a lot of people that you feel like, yo, what you supposed to be here with me.
For real, that's a good one.
Fuck them.
True.
I'm saying it like that. I really mean it. Like, because at the end of the day, not for nothing, I met this man a couple of days ago. He supported me more than some people that I've known a long time. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get supporters from people who are gonna be supportive of you. And I said, like, some, and it's not their fault. They'll see when you get there. But at the point in time where you gotta just turn it off.
Yeah, that's exactly like that saying. Like, a stranger will support you more than your lifelong buddy. You know what I
That
mean?
goes for friends. That goes for family. That goes for a lot. You know what I mean? Because if you motivated to do what you gotta do, then do that shit no matter what.
Hell yeah.
For real.
Right, so let me get a click on that, D Rose. Let me get a shot on that.
Bow.
I mean, I think we good for the night.
I got one more question. I gotta ask because we got these amazing artists here. My last question for y'all. Y'all gonna have one studio session, 5 artists, dead or alive.
5?
Who would you want to have that studio session with?
All right, who's going first?
One of y'all. You can go first.
I'll go first. A lot of them are gonna be alive because that's what I'm listening to right now. I'm gonna say G Herbo. I'm gonna say Meek Mill. I'm gonna definitely say Drake. I'm gonna say Rod Wave. And then I feel like I gotta say Yat Kodak. You feel me?
I knew you was gonna come in.
That's a real like eclectic type of.
I like that.
I'm surprised he didn't say Kodak. I'm like, then he said it.
Yeah.
What you got?
I'm gonna go with shit. I'll go with Jay-Z. 1. 2, I'll go with probably Lil Durk. 3, I'll go with Kodak. 4, I'll go with Drake for sure. And then 5, probably maybe Lil Baby.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew that boy was gonna say that.
I fucked with
All right, so I would go with. I gotta make a song with Nicki because we would just go too stupid on the track. So Nicki Minaj. I'll get in the studio with Burna Boy and make some crazy shit, some crazy like some reggae vibe. J. Cole, because he's a legendary, and there would be legendary shit happening there. That would be like some big, like documentary sized fucking monumental shit. How many was that? 3? Drake for sure, Cause I mean, you got to lock in with Drake. Like, I mean,
It's a must.
come on now. And then I'll say for my last one, probably Janae Echo. Just to like complete the vibe and like tie in a different side of me. You know what I'm saying? Because that'll be like the more healing / sensual side. So the rest of the shit is kind of like that hard like lyricism, like on that ass. You feel me? But then like bringing the Janae Aiko to kind of like wrap everything full circle.
You got an interest?
Oh, I was.
I mean, you were honest, right? I mean, you with them.
I'll go. I'll go Masego.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll go Kanye.
Hell yeah. That's my dog too.
Masego, Kanye, J. Cole.
For sure.
Drake, and then I'll probably go. Fuck, I don't even know. I'm trying to think. Like, I want to say like Don Toliver for some like melodic shit.
That's fine.
I mean,
these ain't my like top 5 though.
Yeah, they're not my top 5.
Yeah, no.
Like, niggas I want
right there.
How many deaf poets you going with right now?
How many what?
Deaf poets, like from Deaf Poetry Jam, like.
Nah, nigga.
He said nah, nigga.
Yo.
I'm leading the pack with Biggie Smalls, nigga. What the fuck you talking about, nigga?
Got a story
I
to
deal
tell.
with Biggie, a story to tell. And you know, I gotta go with my motherfucking Nas. You know what I'm saying? And
My boy is
my
cool.
nigga, you know what I'm saying? Fucking from Atlanta, fucking Snowman, you know. Fuck with the Snowman, you feel me? And you know,
Yeah,
I
that
don't know
nigga
how y'all
old
niggas
school
ain't
as
fucking
fuck.
say fucking Little Baby, man, Little Weezy, nigga. I'm going with the fucking Lil Wayne, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with Wayne, bro. You know what I'm saying?
For real, I was gonna say Lil Wayne or Lil Baby though.
Yeah, fuck all that. I'm going with Wayne all day. And then shit, nigga. I wanna say fucking Rose, man.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Fuck, I'm talking about.
I gotta say Rose.
I'm talking about.
Oh, the boss, nigga.
You know,
That's
true.
Yeah. I fuck with Tip though. I fuck with Tip. Fuck with
That was
Tip.
a solid list.
Fucking,
you could definitely tell like you listen to like older music.
Yeah.
That's old school
JB
boy
too.
right there.
Yeah. Like you get like everybody was like put like a little bit of like young. Like you went.
I bring it back to them cats, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If we gonna go reggae and shit, you know, I gotta deal with motherfucking Buju, man.
Oh,
Buju Banton all day. That's my
you gotta
nigga.
get vibes on there too.
Oh yeah. Buju Banton is the king. Fuck with that nigga. What about you, man? Why owe you, G?
Why you look to the side, nigga?
I don't know. I just want to be a fly. I want to be on a fly on the wall on certain people. J. Cole's my favorite rapper, so I'll be there in J. Cole shit. Damn. I just want to be there for J. Cole. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't care about nobody else.
Respect that.
Rapper, I'm good.
J. Cole for president.
No cap.
Mike.
Yeah, that's my favorite rapper. I just need to be in there one time. I just need that one J. Cole interview, and I'm good.
Bro,
I only felt like that about 2 people in my life, man.
Yeah.
Kobe, J. Cole.
Kobe.
I respect that.
Respect to Kobe.
I cried for 2 weeks.
Yeah, Kobe. That was a tough one.
People was calling me to check if I was okay.
Yeah.
Like that was tough.
Yeah, for real.
Like,
that shit crazy, for real.
I think we all fucking just fell back off of that shit.
But yeah, any one of y'all want to like say like a little quick freestyle before y'all get out of here?
Little quick.
We can do that.
One of y'all, go ahead. Let's go. Acapella.
All right, hold on. I said, told my youngin' go and pick your chin up, poker face on. Young skinny nigga, my pockets got fat like phase on. Hold on.
He
Young
fat.
skinny nigga, my pockets got fat like phase on. They know they safe around me, 6 everywhere, bitch. I'm James Bond. Niggas needed motivation shit. I'm in that mode again. I'm cooking, put my whole arm in the pot until my shoulder in. Hold on. Till my shoulder in. I lost that one.
Nah, yeah, that was good.
Hold on.
Man,
I'll spit some shit. Hold on.
Yeah.
Look, back-to-back racks like I'm saying on repeat. My bitch a freak, she make me go ski. All of my line and I tell her come leak me. Snatching this beat like this shit was a freebie. I'm going in, hop in the bins. I don't like niggas, I don't got no friends. See the fraud through these Cartier lens. Try to backstab me, got Spider-Man sense. Roof off the coupe, now I don't got no sense. Throwing these birds on a dime cause some wins. Soar like an eagle, I'm like a beagle. Dogging these hoes call me Evil Knievel. Touching this paper is feeling real good. I'm the professor, it gets understood. Revving the engine is not in the hood. Foreign whip just to make me look good.
Yeah.
Dripping, I'm leaking, I need me a plumber. Running them over in the big body Hummer. Shutting my ears cause they make me go dumber. Flushing your homeboy, go get you a plunger. I'm shitting on niggas too easy, baby.
Hey, good shit.
I
Song
fuck
real
with
quick.
it, but he said he the professor. Like, hold on.
Oh, he said the professor?
I'm the professor. It gets understood. You did.
Oh no.
Drop my drop.
My God.
Drop off.
Alright. I don't know. I'll bring in a different type of vibe. You feel me? Some shit like I'm afraid of falling in love. I don't want to kiss, no. I don't want to hug. I am not the type to fight. I don't need a push, no. I don't need a shove. I'ma just have to pull a plug. If you want to act up, I ain't gonna bug. The single life fit me snug. Damn. Hold up. I really don't mean to be a bitch. It's hard when you got trust issues like this. We gonna have to keep it on the low. Nah, you're just gonna have to let me go. I got my heart locked in an icebox, especially when days stuck out here in the snow. Before I warm up to you, there's just one thing that I gotta know. Will you be my ride or die?
Yo.
Just a little something.
You going? Oh, I wanted to know if you was going. I don't know if you was going. I want to thank you guys.
Something.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
Okay.
Woo!
Need you to take the flick and see. Just take a look at me and instantly I will antagonistically stun your mental capacity and steal your destiny. Leaving you bruised from the chemistry of my lyrical proficiency. So now, who the hell want to step to me with such fallacies, only to fall victim to his own hypocrisy? Tired of fake niggas trying to play the role of real niggas, making the first priority slapping hoes and pulling triggers. Now open your eyes and take a look at this real nigga. But the triggers that I pull is the one from my tongue. Taking the souls of MCs with the force of 10 guns. Well, now you want to run? As I rip out your soul just for the sake of fun. And spit in the grave in the name of hip hop. Biggie Smalls, we here, baby. Let's go.
Nah.
Yeah.
That was the perfect way.
Before we go, I do want to say thank you guys for coming up here talking.
Appreciate you, my dog.
You guys were amazing. Hopefully this is not the last time. Hopefully we see you in Miami. Hopefully y'all see us in New York and we chill out.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, appreciate it, man. Number love, man, for New York, the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? I was in Queens when I was out here, so I got to represent Queens, you feel me? And, you know, uptown, baby. So, one love to y'all, for real.
You guys got anything y'all want to say? Y'all want to shout out your whatever y'all got going on?
Hey, man, shout out 40Central podcast, man. Shout out to y'all for having us up here, man. And go look us up on IG at Real Flik, REELFLIK. You just drop me in the city, go rush that. All platforms, even the shit you don't know about, it's on there. D-Rose 4444 on IG also. And let's run that shit up, man.
Yeah. Last thing I'ma say, you feel me, is that this is just the very, very beginning. We're gonna look back at this interview and be like, "Yo, that was that interview," and then we're gonna be, we literally gonna be like so many other different places, looking back at this like this was a catalyst, and it was a pleasure to be here with y'all. You know, I really feel like the conversation moved exactly the way it should have, and for our first time being on your show, because we will be back, we will come back. You feel me? We will show love, and go listen to the new shit that we put out. There's too much heat coming. You feel me? Stay true to yourself. You know what I'm saying? The whole point of what we do is to inspire other people to do what they want to do. You feel me? So the whole point of Convergence Media Group is so that we don't have to talk about New York and Miami like they're two separate entities. We could just say, you feel me, like this and that, and it's all one. You know what I'm saying? So Convergence Media Group is that footprint in the sand. We are dumb people. That is us. That is who we are. That's what we're gonna do. We will unite everyone, because all the shit that niggas be arguing about really don't matter. Let's talk about what we doing here, because we here. So that's it. Mighty Mystic. Like y'all know, REELFLIK, and then Mighty Mystic. That's MIGHTI period Mystic MYSTIC. Let's get it. That's it.
Yeah, like I was telling him before though, for both of you guys and D Rose, who his phone lost service. I don't know where he at. But yeah, we up in New York. Yeah, we far. But like if y'all ever need anything, y'all wanted to throw something out there for you guys or whatever like that, please hit us up. We would definitely be here to support you guys in any way, shape, or form we can.
Appreciate that.
And yeah, just keep in touch and let's make this work, man.
So yeah,
So that's
and we
both
getting
ways,
on the artwork.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
Be in touch with that.
We need it.
Yes, sir.
Yes. I'm about to add with y'all after this. So just hit me back and then we'll figure that shit out. Like I said, thank you again to you. You know, it's always all love. If whatever y'all need, we are here. You doing a podcast. If there's any way that we can help,
for sure,
hit us up. We would definitely assist you in any way that we can.
Understood does not have to be
exactly.
That's love, bro. Appreciate that.
Yeah, man. We thank you guys. I do want to end it with the song, though.
Run it.
Ooh, yes, sir.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hey, and shout out to anybody who's on here watching. Appreciate y'all
Yes,
too.
sir. Everybody who been commenting.
All the questions and shit, for real. Appreciate that.
And we got this done in like 3 hours. Like, I just spoke to you at like 4 or 5 o'clock. I'm like, yo, we gonna get this shit done.
Let's go.
Me in the city, man. Flik, FLIK. Go run this up. Hold on. We running that back one more time before we get
Real
out of
one,
here.
real one.
That was my fault. It was
Yes,
Sir.
sir. Go
I
run
told
that
him
up
it's me
for
in
us.
the
Yes,
city.
sir.
That's what I'm talking about, man. That's me in the city. Please go down that.
I've been
Matter of
getting
fact,
paid $1,000
oh shit,
a month.
let me get over
if
that.
y'all
We're
know
not
more,
paying for you.
just from this app.
We not paying.
I don't know if you can see this, but it's called Audible. Okay, so I'm gonna show you.
Nah, I was trying to stop it. I was fuck. I got fucked. I
Right. Don't
fucked up
show
right
us
there.
nothing.
I fucked up right there. I didn't know what that was. We ain't paying for that shit. Me in the city. Matter of fact, don't even go stream that. Go buy that shit in the Apple Store. Right? It's in the Apple Store.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It's on,
Yes,
it's
sir.
on
Buy
X
that
everywhere.
It's on all that.
I definitely am gonna go buy it, man. I'm gonna buy that shit right now. I support.
Appreciate you, my dog. That's love.
All love, man. I added y'all, so add me back, and
Yes,
Oh
sir.
yeah.
I'm gonna hit y'all, man. Next time I'm down there. We gonna
Know
be
that.
So, and we gonna
meeting.
definitely make it up there. So y'all can come. We can come
Listen,
freestyle
man.
and shit. Make y'all.
Listen, I'm a wild boy. When I go outside, it's over. I'll tell you that right now.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, come turn up with us. We know.
Let's go.
We
Let's
know
go,
about
man.
the turn up.
Nah, love, man. Yo, listen. Hope it's not the last time. I'll see y'all.
For sure.
Nah, for sure.
I'll
Good
meet you
night.
over there.
Thank you
Love.
again. All right, y'all.
Y'all be easy.